Okay.
All right. Hello,
Why would
everyone.
the fuck keyboard? Sorry.
No, you're good. Welcome to our. How the hell are we at 20 episodes again? I don't know how we made it this far. Um, yeah, if you were here last week, you'll notice the episode title is a bit of a joke from last session. Um, if you weren't here, well, you should have been. Uh, so let's
Chaos.
let's
Intrigue.
let's recap what happened last week. So in our last session, Ursuline had a very interesting dream about kind of like walking around in the void and seeing various um, images of past encounters and friends around town, things like that, as well as the cat that she took from Thistletop. It appeared to her and started running away, so she chased after it. And eventually she heard another voice that provided a warning that next time her soul ventures too close to the land of the dead, she will not be so lucky. Upon waking up, you guys all went downstairs, had some breakfast, made some small talk with Oric, who happened to be there, and then you went about your business for the day. So your first stop was the cathedral, where Father Xantus healed all of you with some spellcasting services, basically just uses of a wand of lesser restoration. So most of you are feeling topped up on your strength, or at least one night of rest away from being topped up on your strength. After that, you went over to Brodert and talked to him about everything you saw in Thistletop, including the monsters, Nualia. Dino had brought up that he had heard of a title that belonged to someone called the Claimer. And Brodert kind of filled you in on a lot of details. He mentioned that the Claimer, the name the Claimer belongs to one of the Runelords, Karzug, the Runelord of Greed. And he mentioned some of the other Runelords. Well, only one other one by name, Elasnus, the Runelord of Wrath. But he went through all of the other ones as far as what school of magic they're associated with, as well as what sort of, I guess, deadly sin they represent. After that, you went to Davarin and sold off basically all your findings that are related to goblins, including Rip Nugget's crown, his corpse, his possessions. He gave you some gold for that. And then you went off to see Sheriff Hemlock. You went to the garrison first. He wasn't there. You went to the town hall, where you had to wait a short time as he was in a meeting with Mayor Kendra Deverin. He came out. Ursuline decided to pull out Nualia's arm from Dream's bag and start waving it around, and Sheriff Hemlock was not too pleased with that, but he did say that he was going to put together sort of a chest of rewards for all of you for helping the town. He didn't say when it would be ready, but he said he would have it sent over. And you also gave him Nualia's journal as sort of evidence in his ongoing investigation. Finally, you all went to various shops to sell off any of the loot that you claim that nobody wants. First, Ursuline went back to Broder to talk about Nualia, showing him the arm. He kind of gave some more little bits of details. He didn't know very much about what she was going through, but he gave whatever insight he could. Jareem went to the Feathered Serpent, picked up his new weapon. He also then had Vorvashali take a look at the Sahedra medallion that he found, as well as Lyrie's spellbook, and he traded Nualia's holy symbol for some potions. Couple of spells that their names are escaping me right now. I know I've added them to a sheet. But he also bought a bunch of potions of Cure Light Wounds. Ursuline then went back and met up with Kat at the Rusty Dragon. Kat collected some of her stuff, and then they caught up with Dino and Cade, who were over at the armory. Cade unloaded the Masterwork breastplate. Dino traded, or he was asking about maybe trading Nualia's breastplate for sort of a commissioned magic weapon, but then decided against it because there was, he could just go to Vorvashali and get it enchanted himself. So that he ended up doing that instead. Sava also sort of playfully offered another archery contest to Kat, which has been put on hold for now. And Ursulin returned the gun, finally. The borrowed gun. And lastly, Dino went over to the Feathered Serpent to talk about potentially enchanting his scimitar. He didn't make a decision on that just yet. And then Kat went over to the bookstore, the Curious Goblin bookstore, to try to find some light reading. And so that's where we left off. We're going to pick up from Dino still conversing with Vorvashali regarding his potential choice for a enchantment for his scimitar. So, Dino, what'll it be?
I've made my decision.
Okay.
Keen
Was that Keen? You're breaking up.
Is a generalist. Give me a sec. Testing.
Yeah, you're good. I'm also going to lower the music on my end just for a little bit. Just because this one's kind of
All right. I've made my decision.
Okay. Keen. All right.
Keen is a generalist, not a specialist. While resistance is nice, not all creatures I'm going to come across is going to have it. Nor is it going to be useful. So you know what? Extra damage is always good.
I like it.
All right. So, just have to figure out the prices here. Actually, I think it's just a 1-for-1 here.
That's what we agreed on.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So, yeah, you mentioned the specific enchantment you want to Vorvashali. You hand over the +1 breastplate that you took off of Nualia. And you describe the sort of enchantment you want, and Vorvashali takes your scimitar and says, yeah, I can certainly do that. Just so you know, like with your friend, it's going to take a few days to get this right, but it's in good hands. Don't worry.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, so he sets your scimitar down on his desk over here, and he actually just gets right to work. He's sort of like looking around the room to try and find a place to like hang up Nualia's breastplate, because he's gonna want that as a potential discussion piece when other customers walk in.
Fair enough.
All right.
I gotta track down Cade.
Okay, so you leave to go find Cade, and we're gonna go over to Curious Goblin, where Cat enters, and I didn't do quite enough prep here because I need to find the person who runs this shop on the token page and put them in here.
My keyboard is being really, really fucking stupid. Again. I thought I fixed it, but apparently not. Because apparently uninstalling the drive for your keyboard doesn't make it not work.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a new computer.
All right. So, inside is a sort of middle-aged human man. He's sort of straightening up one of the shelves over here when you walk in, Kat. Straightening up one of the shelves.
How do I hear it?
Hello?
Hello.
Can you tell me where I can find, like, some light fiction?
Light fiction. Well, I've got plenty of that. It's over this way, and he leads you over to like this corner here. Just these two shelves right over here. He just points it out and just says, "No, you'll find all the light fiction you're looking for here." He says,
Do you have recommendations for pirate romance?
That's oddly specific.
I'm afraid when my companions find me here and learn that I have a penchant for romances, I will never hear the end of it.
Well, your secret's safe with me, but I don't know any off the top of my head, but maybe if you browse the shelf, you'll find something. Go ahead and make a perception check. Just looking.
Okay.
He's browsing the shelves.
Items.
You're not there.
Yeah, just like shouting it. No.
I know you do.
Favorite cantrip.
All right, so
Like someone could use it.
you look through the shelves and you find all sorts of books with crazy titles. You find one that's called Butcher of Destruction. You look a bit to your right. You see another one that says Doctors with Determination. Climax Without a Conscience. On the bottom shelf, there's one that's just called Amusing the Slaves.
Sorry. Hold on. I'm okay. I'm okay.
One book, the spine actually distracts you a little bit because it has a little picture of an owl on it, and it just says Owls of the Gods. But after a few more minutes, you actually do find one that looks like it could be what you're looking for. The book is called Criminals and Captains.
What was the climax? I'm sorry.
Climax Without a Conscience.
Okay. So Kat is definitely gonna pick up that one.
Okay. Certainly looks like a romance novel.
And she's like this. And she's just going to haphazardly pick it up. Hold on one second, Tim. Something's going on.
Okay, no problem.
In real life or in the game?
I assume real life. Man, these book titles that I rolled on this generator. My God.
Yeah, you do have
I'm sorry
generators
about
for
that.
everything.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
would
I'm.
you show a stylus and not stylus?
So the shopkeeper he sees you grab that one and he says, I've heard good things about that one.
She's gonna grab that and the pirates and captains.
Yeah, Criminals and Captains, yes.
Criminals and captains and the owl one.
Okay,
Who
so
doesn't like a good book about owls?
right. So those three. Okay.
Although she is going to pick up the slave one and say, so, gotta know, what is this?
He says, yeah, you'd actually be surprised. This is a historical fiction book about orcs and sort of the games that they play with slaves that they capture.
I think I'm just gonna put that one back.
Yeah, that's not one of the better reviewed books in my store.
Okay. I guess I'll just take these 3.
Okay, sure. He goes over to the desk here and just like writing amounts down, trying to figure out, what everything costs.
Also, do you have anything that I can get to learn the history about this region or world?
He says, yes, there's plenty of books about Varizia, and they are all in this little like alcove over here on the far right.
Do you have like a basic, like, all-encompassing history of this is everything in one book? So I don't have to think about it. Like a great big book of everything with everything inside.
Yeah, he walks over and he like, you see him browsing his own shelf for like a few seconds, and he basically just pulls out like the biggest book he can find on the subject, and it's pretty thick. It's like a school history textbook size, and he hands it to you and says, "Yeah, this should have everything you need."
So I was trying to see if I had something to like make it. I don't have prestidigitation to make it look smaller. Never mind. I did not pick that one up.
No.
Cat's gonna go. All right, onto the pile. It's been a good time. It's been a long time since I've read a good book. Anything else you want to recommend? I saw some interesting titles when I was browsing the shelves.
Yes, those light novels that you mentioned previously. I just want to know who comes up with the titles for those books. They're so wacky.
I don't know, man. You gotta be. So I'm curious if you have any recommendations or any other interestingly titled books. I'm very curious because I've never seen anything like that.
Well, there's one other book that I've been curious about. Haven't read it myself. Just the titles of these books just they sort of just hit you in such strange ways. This one book that came in recently, it's just called Game Without Direction.
What the fuck?
What?
Couldn't tell you what it's about, but
I am confused.
Cat feels like she should get that for Dino.
Oh, that's
Like, Cat
funny.
thinks about it for a sec, and she's like, "Nah, I don't want to encourage him." All right. I think I'm good. By the way, my name's Cat.
He offers his hand and says, my name is Chas Kaladin.
It's nice to meet you. So far, the only places I've been have been the tavern, and the armory, and the general store. So I'm pretty new to town, and I'm still getting used to things.
Well, I've heard a bit about you and your friends, with all the work you've done stopping those pesky goblins. So, well, I can't speak for everyone, but I'm certainly glad to have you and your friends here.
Hold up. When you say you've heard about us, how well do you know the owner of the general store?
Not too well. He's not much of a bookworm type, so I don't see him come in here very often.
He's a very nice man, and one of my friends takes advantage of that. kind of. How do you feel about the owner of the armory? What's her name again?
Oh, Sava. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's very friendly. Also, not really a customer of mine, but
Oh. Do you know anything about her? Like, has she always lived here?
yeah, as far as I know, she's born and raised here. Um, the shop was the armory was left to her by her family. Not too sure what happened to them, but the armory I remember back when the big fire happened. She got very lucky. That was one of the buildings that managed to withstand it. Only a few scars, but she's done a great job with sort of cleaning the place up and getting it back to what it used to be. I mean, I've always thought of her as a hardworking young woman. Very nice.
She's a very capable woman. Has she always been running that shop by herself?
Mostly, I've never known her to have hired any help.
There's been nobody else who's helped her out with anything?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm not much of the adventuring sort myself anymore, but I've never seen any other employees there.
I was just curious because she seems very, very capable, and I enjoyed going to her shop. And I'm just gonna take my books and go now. How much do I owe you before I? And cats kind of start clamming up and be like, "Why am I doing this?"
Oh well, for all 4 of those books, 5 gold.
Cat hands him 5 gold. Says, like, thank you so much for the help, and I'll be back again. You have a fantastic shop here. This is gonna sound silly, but do you only sell books?
Yes, basically. I'm quite fond of the written word, and I pride myself on how complete my collection is here, and I wouldn't have done that if I had been dealing in many other things besides books.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I don't get to read much anymore, but I was quite the bookworm as a kid when I wasn't causing trouble. Thank you so much for everything, and I'll be back.
Oh, looking forward to
And
seeing you again.
And I'll try to bring some friends. Actually, do you have any books on gun making? Or gunsmithing, or whatever it's called? I don't do it. I like my daggers.
You know, that's interesting. You know, the whole use of firearms is so foreign and new to me.
Yo.
I may not
Like it's cheating.
I may not look it, but I'm actually over 70 years old, and
No.
adventuring was very different in my day, and nobody
No, I
had.
thought you were older than 30.
He thinks about it for a moment. And he says, "Well, I suppose that can be the next project, is acquiring books on firearms. You've inspired me. I'm going to seek out these books and add them to my collection."
Great, 'cause I definitely know someone who could use them. That someone is not me. I think guns are cheating.
Yeah.
Everyone feels slightly insulted for no reason. I don't know why, but just shocks and it's like, what the fuck? Just like a sudden air of fucking insultedness.
It's just like, what, why am I mad?
Ursula doesn't know why, but she feels like she's been gravely insulted.
Chask thinks about it for a minute, and he says, "You know what? You're right. I agree. The words are more powerful than any firearm." And he sort of does like a little like flourish with his hand that might indicate that he's a bard of some sort.
Thank you so much for
Ooh.
everything, and I'll be seeing you around.
Looking forward to it. Again, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend.
Same to you. And Kat's going to merrily leave, and also wonder why she was and also wonder herself why she was so interested in Sava. Like, why do I care? And I'm just gonna head back to the tavern.
Okay. So Dina was going to catch up with Cade. You're going to the tavern, which is where Ursuline is currently.
I've been working on my gun this entire time.
Right.
Gotta get my hours.
Cade, where were you going after the armory? Were you just going back to the tavern, or did you have other business you wanted to take care of?
Yeah, no, Cade, no, Cade's just gonna make sure everyone else is taken care of and then go back to the tavern. But I've sold everything I had. I did everything I planned. I just wanted to. I guess I'm gonna go gleefully try to organize my chest of things now.
Jade
Alright.
organized. Arislyn is just picking shit up off the floor to work on her gun. Just in a
As
pile.
like as I'm like throwing things out from behind me through the chest, you're just like, oh, that's useful. Okay, I'll take that.
All right, so you all find yourselves back at the tavern. How long are you spending working on your gun?
As long as it takes until someone wants to go do something that requires firepower. Manpower is Dino. I'm firepower.
That is fair. And I'm mind power.
With our
Mind
powers
God.
combined.
I was waiting
Him
for
is
someone
arrow
to do
power.
it.
With our powers combined, we make one stable
I have
person.
payback on my cat. I sneezed on his face.
I'm so glad. Didn't he sneeze in your face in the beginning of the session?
Yeah, he did. I just turned around and I sneezed on him.
He's like, here you go. You deserve that.
Take back what you gave. Although, I don't think it's fair because a cat sneeze is much smaller.
Just a bit.
Just a bit.
Just a ton of bit.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess the rest of you, Ursuline is going to be upstairs working on her gun. The rest
Every
of you...
occasional time, you'll just hear me curse out randomly because I stubbed my finger working on it.
As for the rest of you, you get inside, and it's probably about lunchtime now. You spent a couple hours shopping and doing whatever business you had to take care of. Oh, wait, that's right. I forgot that Dream was going to see Jabrail, but we can cover that in a moment. So yeah, tavern group. What do you want to do?
Kat's gonna
Tavern
walk in with her pile of books.
I'm still looking for Kate.
Okay, well, Cade's easy enough to find.
think- Just
Kate
follow
is-
the clanging noise of shit falling out of a chest.
Just gonna say.
Yeah, Cade's at the bar when you walk in, so relatively easy
Okay.
to find them.
Cage just kind of looks around, very confused, being like, what?
I need your help.
And then snaps around and goes, Dino, what do you need help with?
I need you to point me in the direction of where to find something.
Got you. What can I help you find?
I'm looking for diamond dust. Any idea who has that?
Cade sits there racking their brain and thinks maybe the smithy might have it from just using for mining, like making forging materials. Thinks maybe the apothecary might have it as well. Gabe's just rambling off places that it might be as they're considering what it would be, and I guess it would be a local history roll to decide if I know more.
Yeah, go ahead. Just make a local knowledge check.
I can't. My character sheet is grayed out.
Okay, I got it. Fucking roll 20. Back again.
Guess who's back?
Back at it again with
Back
weapons.
again.
Ow, cat.
Cat didn't appreciate that.
Cat didn't appreciate the
No.
sneeze.
My cat didn't appreciate that because as soon as I moved, he's like, nails in your thigh.
Okay, you know that there is a jeweler in town. They are located on the big Sandpoint map, number 5, which is basically across the way from the cathedral. What you know about the shop is that it's run by an older human male. He actually retains a few sort of like local like tough guys to like guard the shop. And that's mostly because of his wife, who consistently berates him for accidentally leaving doors and vaults open. And so he had to hire these guys to like prevent any theft from happening, and to like remind him to close the doors.
A rogue's best dream.
As far as whether or not he carries diamond dust, you know that he does sell diamonds that you would then have to like pound down into dust, but he typically doesn't carry just dust.
So Kay just kind of shrugs at Dino and goes, I think that's too specific. You're kind of shit out of luck here, buddy. You can get some diamonds.
I shrug. Well, I have a spell that might be able to prevent what would happen to Erzlin, but if we can't get the materials, I guess that's alright. I begin to walk away.
Dino, you didn't say that. We just need to find a way to pulverize the diamonds. Kay just says, kind of realizing how difficult of a task that might be, but trying to sound secure about it.
Well, come with me, would you?
Shrugs and says, "Okay."
All right, off to the jeweler.
I before that happens, I just run up to where Ursula is, and I say, if you need anything from the chest that isn't like really valuable and it's gonna help you, go ahead. But let me know what you take. And then I just, before you even answer, I just run away, back down to Dino.
Okay.
Erzlin was not paying attention.
I'm so glad.
I know you were talking to Erzlin because I heard run back downstairs to Dino. So
Oh, yeah,
Erzlin's gonna poke her head up to like concentrate and be like, huh? And then go back to work.
I'm so glad. All right, Dino. Cade slaps Dino in the back and says, let's go.
All right, so you head on over towards the jeweler. While that's happening, in the fat man's feed bag, Jareem walks in. He sees Jabrail kind of like straightening things up around the tavern. Kind of looks like that they had a wild night there last night, so he's still finishing up with getting everything cleaned.
I'm just gonna say, hey.
Oh, Jareem's here finally.
He turns around from what he's doing and says, my very recently favorite customer. What do you need?
I'm here to buy things and stuff.
Things and stuff. Well, I've got things and stuff. What What sort of things and stuff could I interest you in?
Stuff that makes your mind go other places.
Ah, well, it's your lucky day. I got a bigger shipment of items in this time. First thing he pulls out, he goes to reach for sort of like it's a glass bottle that has sort of like a bubbly looking drink in it. Almost like it's almost like soda colored, like Coke colored. The bottle has a red label on it, and he looks at you and he looks back at the bottle, and he just puts the bottle back in the box. He says, "You know what? I like you, so I don't want to sell this to you. It's..."
Wait, what is it?
He says it's literally just a fizzy drink that makes you want to drink more of it. It doesn't do anything to you. You just want to drink more of it. Now, I would sell this to some like mook that just walked in. I don't know him from, a hole in the wall. But you, I like you. I'm not trying to scam you. At least not so obviously.
I appreciate that.
He then grabs sort of a very dark it's almost like a jet black colored looks like a root. Holds it out towards you and says, "This old number is called Devil's Root. You grind it up and then you snort it, and once that happens, you'll black out and you'll see visions of hell, and sometimes it'll allow you to see the future if you do enough of it."
Jesus Christ! Yeah, I'll take some of that.
He says. He goes to hand you like the entire root that he's holding. It's like it's pretty decent size. It's like I'm trying to think of like a good thing to compare this to. Probably about the length of like a popsicle stick. It's like thin and really, like I said, it's like black in color, but it's pretty sizable. So he hands you that, and he goes back down into his little thing. He grabs another very small container. It has sort of a gray colored powder inside of this small little I don't know. It looks like a tiny. It's like a shot glass size container with like a lid on it. He says, "Yeah, this one's pretty simple. I sometimes sell this to some of my guys who, well, let's be honest, I don't know what they do with it, but it's this is simply you give this to someone and it's like the hideous laughter spell. They just start laughing uncontrollably and no way of stopping it."
Oh yeah, I'll definitely take some of that.
All right, and he hands you the one container of that. This next one is another glass bottle. This one is like a blood red color. He says this one's pretty rare, and I will warn you that because of that, I tend to upcharge for it. When you get drunk off this stuff, well, let's just say you fly into a bit of a frenzy, and I feel bad for whatever is on the wrong end of your spear if you're on this stuff. This is Cave Fisher Blood Ale. He starts to tell you like a bit of a story, and like the details aren't that interesting, but he says that it's mostly consumed by dwarven berserkers, as they'll kill like a cave fisher and then like drink the blood, or they'll make it into this ale that he's like showing you right now. Effects wise, it lasts for 1d4 hours. During this time, you get a +5 to attack and damage rolls. You also get a bonus to fortitude saves and any saves that involve charms or being frightened. However, once the time is up, you have to make your own fortitude save or you become exhausted.
That might come in handy in an emergency. How much is it?
He says this bottle is probably 2 doses only, and I can, on the open market, I can get at least like 20 to 25 gold for one of these bottles.
I'll do 20. Since I'm buying most of your stock.
All right, well, you like you're saying you're going to pay him 20 gold or do you, like, how many of these bottles do you want?
Oh no, I'll do 20 for the bottle.
Oh, okay, yeah. Got it. All right. And then the last thing he shows you is, oh, that one's lame. Hold on, let me reroll this one. Okay. This is, all right. So the last thing he shows you, it's a little like baggy, and it has some plants inside that have like very small flowers on them. The fibers of the plants are long and like really thin, almost thin, as thin as like a strand of hair, like really, really skinny. He tells you that this one is called Fate's Hair, and this will give you an intense euphoric feeling, and you will also gain a little bit of clairvoyance in terms of whatever the next noteworthy encounter that your fate will lead you to.
Okay, yeah, I'll take the bag.
All right, so he sort of finds like a smaller like box to put everything in. So that's 1 bottle of the Cave Fisher Ale, 1 bag of the Fate's Hair, the 1 container of the Hideous Laughter powder, and finally the Devil's Root. He looks at all of it and he says, "It's quite a haul here. You're gonna have a good time for a while with all this stuff." What do you say to 60 gold for all of this?
All right, yeah. That works.
Okay. So you've got Devil's Root. Okay, you got all that. Once you got all that put away, he says, "Well, I heard you took care of our little goblin problem here."
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah. Well, might not be quite so easy for for my guys to do their thing. You know, less chaos and people looking over their shoulder here in town. You know, I mean, you know how it is. But town's better off for it. So, just like everyone else, I'm here to say thanks. Good job.
Yeah, no problem. Just keep these things coming.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. I got plenty of people who are interested in this stuff. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, I do have a map for this. All right. So, yep. And okay. And you're going over there.
What's with the R2D2 noises in the background?
I'm watching a music stream.
Okay. As always, we like to shout out the people who have made maps. So shout out to Jesus. I cannot pronounce that name, but I really like this map.
Wait, I'll see if I can. Send it in the group chat, the name.
All right, I can do that. Let me drop. Drop them on the map, and I gotta get the. All right. So as you enter into the jeweler, you pass by. He has a couple of the guards are stationed outside, but they don't pay you any mind as you walk in. Like I said, it's an older human male, a little on the short side. He's wearing a hat and sort of a cloak over his outfit, and yeah, he turns to the group of you, and including Chomper, and he says, "Well, I can't say I've ever had a dinosaur step into my shop, but I guess the guards didn't really seem to mind, so neither do I. What can I do for you?"
Hello there. I'm looking for some diamond dust.
Diamond dust. Well, I can tell you that I can certainly sell you a diamond. You'll have to make the dust out of it yourself, but I can at least give you the raw material.
Question: how hard would it be for Dino to make diamond dust out of a diamond?
Or for Cade. I have some ideas, but I wasn't sure.
Go ahead.
That's a good question.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a nature check.
Guidance. Yeah. New one.
All right.
Tim, if you look in the group chat, I told you how to pronounce it.
Okay. I'll take a look in a minute.
Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski.
It's either Mike Liwa or Mick Liwa.
Mike.
So there are a couple ways to go about this. You can either learn. There are a couple spells that might be able to do it. Spell like Shatter, maybe you could do it. You could also, I think I have to just look up what's the item real quick. This might work. Hold on. Oh no. Where's the list of tools?
Would the temple or Father Xantus, would he have some? Because in order to cast Lesser Restoration, you need diamond dust.
Not from a wand, but I think you would need it to make the wand, so he might. Why am I not seeing this? I saw on the Paizo forum someone mentioned like a jeweler's kit, but I'm not seeing it on the SRD.
Oh, that's pretty good. I found a D&D Reddit thing that I think you'll like.
Huh, that's so weird.
For Tim.
Okay, so other than magic, you do know that diamonds, while they are an extremely hard material, they can still be cut when struck properly. So you could even like acquire some tools for that, or yeah, you could potentially go to the cathedral and see if Father Xantus has any to spare.
I think Father Xantus is the superior way. But while I'm here, I'm gonna bust out my 3 minerals, and I'm gonna ask, how much are these worth?
Okay. Let's see. I gotta
My
check. Yeah, he's gonna appraise it.
obsidian, my turquoise, and my rose quartz.
Yep. I gotta see if he's got any. All right, he doesn't have a stat block, but I can just make up a number for a bonus. He's a jeweler; he would know how to appraise things. Okay. And he rolled really high. He looks over your gems and minerals that you found. He seems particularly interested in the rose quartz just because of how big it is compared to the others. But he's interested in all of them. He looks at you and says, "These are pretty nice specimens here. I could pay you I could pay you 80 gold for all 3 of these.
Sorry, how much?
80 for all 3 is what he offered.
All right.
Okay, so he excuse me. He gives you the 80 gold. Takes the gems. You see him kind of like looking around, trying to find a place to display them. He says, is there anything else that you need?
Well, the diamond dust was the main reason why I came. Hey, Cade, want to get anything while we're here?
Kate just kind of looks around and just goes, like awestruck at the fact that I'm even in the presence of like all this expensive stuff and being trusted to not break any of it, and then just slowly backs out the door while still going, I just panicked and just leaves and goes, as the door's closing, goes,
Alright,
no, I'm
take
okay.
care.
Alright, so you head across the way to the cathedral.
I kind of look at Dino and just go, so,
excellent.
As you're walking through the hallway, Father Xantus actually is sort of out in the open. He's sort of in this like middle courtyard area, kind of just deep in prayer.
So at this point in time, I'm just gonna look over at Dino and then look back at Father Xantus and then back at Dino again and go, pokes at Dino and be like, go.
Alright. I begin to approach Father Xantus and I say, hey, you talk for a minute?
Father Xantus stands up quietly, turns around and walks toward you. He says, well, certainly. What's on your mind?
You see, I'm on a little quest here. I'm looking for some diamond dust, and I'm hoping that since you can cast less restoration, I'm hoping that you have some.
Well, I don't have much, but I could spare some. About how much do you need?
Well, according to the spell components, I need 100 gold pieces worth.
All right. Well, that's about half of what I have. But as far as I know, I do have some more coming in soon. So I suppose I could spare it.
Thank you. It's just that I picked up the spell this morning because I don't want something like that would happen to Ursula and happen again on my hands.
Sure, that's understandable.
She's a problem child, but she's my child.
He has a bit of a laugh.
I feel
at that.
insulted again. Actually, no, this time I feel disgusted for no reason.
Guess you know that I'm right.
Cade offers some gold to Dino, sheepishly, going, I can give you some platinum. Cade just feels awkward and at a loss of what to do and wants to help Ursula and doesn't want to deter Dino from finding diamond dust.
He says, I'll be right back. And he walks off to go find the diamond dust for you. Sort of just leaving you all to your own devices there. He comes back out with a bag. He says, "Yes, well, this is some of what we had left over from making that wand. It costs many times this amount to make a wand of any kind of restoration. But like I said, we have some to spare, so if you wouldn't mind giving me the 100 gold, then this is all yours."
Before Dino can even take
Mind
the
what?
money out.
He's asking you for the 100 gold.
Yeah, before Dino
Oh,
can
I'm
even
gonna give
take
him
the
10
money.
platinum.
Oh. Cade's coins just all jumble and fall out onto the floor as Cade is rushing to try to pay before Dino. And now Cade is now sheepishly on the ground picking up the coins, looking around like, I see you got it. It's okay. We're just gonna ignore me.
Father Xanthus hands you the bag and says, "Well, as always, it's nice to see such friendly and helpful faces around here, and I hope you'll put this diamond dust to good use."
Sure we will. Thanks again.
Cade waves, trying to put his hands together as like a prayer, and then kind of like looks at themselves like, wait, no, that's stupid, and goes, bye, and walks out the door after Dino.
Oh, okay, you and I are going to need to have a chat.
Okay, what did I do?
Well, something you did is just that, cripple as I am, you seem to try to pay for everything.
You're in where I live. This is my town, and you almost didn't heal Ursuline because you didn't have the dust before, so I kind of thought maybe I should try.
I appreciate the
Jesus.
thought, but the thing is that you gotta save your money for when you really need it.
Cade goes, save for when I need it. I
Alright,
have
for
a plan.
example, remember that one I bought earlier?
Yeah,
How useful it's been?
true.
What
Okay,
if
fair.
I did not have enough money to buy it?
Cade kind of looks sheepishly at the floor and goes, okay, I kind of get your point, and says, I promise I'll put half of whatever I get back into the chest and leave it there when we get back to the tavern.
Sounds good. As much as I like it when you help others, you don't need to be a pushover.
Cade thanks Dino for the advice and kind of realizes, like, I'm not used to this whole possession money thing, and I'm realizing you're right. Just because I finally have it doesn't mean I can try to save everyone else with it. And if I do that, then I'm back where I started.
What if there was a wand that you needed to buy, but you couldn't afford it? And then people die because of it.
Cade just immediately has this panicked look on their face and goes, no, doesn't need to happen that way. That's fair. Not gonna do that. We're gonna save our money from now on.
Glad to hear it. Now, I have one more stop before I head back to the tavern.
Okay. Where do you want to go?
The general store.
All right. Cade, will you be joining?
Yeah.
All right. Off to the general store.
Ugh.
So you walk in, and it's just Shayless behind the counter, and she looks up and sees Dino walking in, and gets a bit excited, and then she sees Chopper and Cade, and realizes that this is probably a business transaction, so she gets serious, so to speak.
Cade's oblivious.
And
Cade's completely oblivious.
she just says, "Hey, what brings you here?"
Cade cheerfully just goes, I don't know. Do you know? Why'd we come here?
Well, two things. One, I'm curious to see what's in the store, and secondly, the last time I left this place, let's just say everyone was in the best condition. So, here to check on everyone.
Shayla
Cade
says,
just kind of like,
Shayla says,
I wanna
"Well,
know the details like
I'm fine. My dad is still pretty mad, but you know he always seems kind of mad lately. So to tell you the truth, I don't really notice much of a difference. But
Cade in the middle of her talking just kind of goes, oh, you! The light dawns. Oh, yeah! You and haha, Dino. I should leave.
Shayless looks like through everybody and just kind of just says, "Yeah, maybe you want to do that. I hate to do that to you, but you know."
Be a horny bitch.
Cade just bolts out the door, beat red.
All right, out you go.
Huh, I wonder what's her deal.
Completely. Dots disconnected. Just like, I'm out. Back to the tavern.
Once
Shayless,
again, not my intention, but whatever.
No, I
Jesus
know,
Christ,
I know
stop
that
dying
wasn't.
over there.
I'm not
That's
dying.
you.
Shayless comes out from behind the counter and approaches Dino and just says, "My dad's in the back. Don't get any ideas."
Hey, don't look at me. You're the one who had the ideas last time.
You're right, but still, the point stands.
Somewhere back in the tavern, Kat has a suspicion that she should be worried about Dino doing something stupid.
Yeah, Cat like
Why
has,
is it Dino doing something stupid? Other party members have done stupider things.
Cat has the
I
sudden
mean, I fully
urge.
pistol at someone and told someone that their father was a paperweight and then waved around a dead arm. I mean, I've done some pretty stupid shit. Why is Cat never worried about me?
Cat
Kat is very
I
worried
was like
about
you.
you. Hold up.
Cat has the sudden urge to run down to the general store and bonk everyone and drag them to horny jail.
I'm so
While
glad.
she's doing that, I'll
I
make
just
her
wanna
have
address
the
one
urge to
thing.
run back
Chopper
because I'm gonna
included.
whip my gun.
Excuse me, Urslan, but Kat is very worried about you. Why do you think Kat keeps yelling at you to return shit that's not yours?
I already did, and you
I
already
know
Point
you're
did.
awfully
being, do
calm
not
whenever
claim
she
that
was
Kat does
wiggling
not
that
nag you.
arm.
Kat definitely nags you.
You only did that because the woman bitched to you that I still had the gun, and you put two and two together. That's the only reason. If you didn't know it was me, you wouldn't have cared. You wouldn't have cared.
Oh my god. So Cade is at
Well,
this
this happened
point.
because Kat told me at the tavern that she needs to go check on Dino. And I was like, why are you never worried about me?
I like that. Yeah, that's how this cat conversation.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
I think
So-
Ameko would let us take her down to the bar area at this point.
So, after giving Dino his one fair warning, Shayless puts a hand on his shoulder and and just says, "Oh, word's gotten around town pretty quick that you and your friends have saved us yet again."
Yep, this won't be a problem for quite a while.
That's great. You know, I hate goblins just as much as the next person. They're terrible, going around killing animals, and if you let them, you know, there've been some stories of some poor children who have met an untimely end at the blade of a goblin.
I don't doubt that. At the end of the day, all they are is little pricks trying to be big and mighty. But as soon as you place a firm boot on their head, they'll stop.
That's good. So, but really though, why are you here?
Well, I just got back from a big adventure, and I'm here for adventuring supplies.
Oh, of course. Well, what do you need?
Sure if you have this, but do you have anything called a druid's kit?
Druid's kit. Let me see. Let me look at what's in the kit.
Kids running through the streets haphazardly, just trying to get back to the inn and not drop all their money everywhere. And now is being very grouchy at anyone who could possibly look like they might need help.
Shayless thinks about it and she says, "Yeah, I think I've got everything for a druid's kit. Let me go and put it all together." And she's walking around the store, and you see her grab a few bags of like animal feed. She grabs a backpack, a belt pouch, a blanket, flint and steel. She grabs a pot, a mess kit, some soap, spell component pouch, torches, rations, water skin. She even has some holly, and she puts that in. And the last thing she grabs is, and she walks over, and she holds something over her head, and she says, "Ah, well, it's not the holiday season, but you know, go ahead and make a nature check to identify what she has."
Guidance? Without rolling anything, it's a mistletoe, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but go ahead and roll it.
Come on, Dino, don't fail me now.
If he fails, I want him.
Yes.
Yeah, you know
I
exactly.
know all.
You know exactly what it is. You know she's holding a little piece of mistletoe, which actually
Now
is.
she's holding it above her head.
Yeah, well, like not like directly above her head, but just like holding it aloft, like sort of in between the two of them. And it's not a joke. There actually is mistletoe in a druid's kit, so she places it in the pack with a smile, and she puts it all together for you, and she tells you that it costs 14 gold.
That is 14 gold that I have. There we go.
And for reference, that's everything in the kit.
Dino's a druid?
Oh, you couldn't tell that from the dinosaur that follows me around.
You're just a beastmaster, but sure. I'm not actually there. I just keep forgetting that you're a druid because you're not really druid-like in personality.
Not every druid's gotta be a pushover.
All right, I resent that remark. No, I'm just kidding.
You mean you represent that remark?
No, because my druid is not a pushover. he
You're getting very defensive over this.
He turns into a bear and gets drunk and then fights people as a bear. So he's very.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds amazing.
It is amazing. It's such a great time. I might actually just like port him over to the honey heist next week and just say it's him, like as a bear. But anyway, yeah, she hands you the kit and
Stop with the fucking nails! Sorry.
Hands you the kit. Again, seems very happy that you're here in the store again. Just says, "Is there anything else that you need?"
Rations, water, skin. Nope, that's about it.
All right then. Well, I'll see you around.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, it's probably been about an hour so far of Ursula working on her gun. For all of those events to happen. So you all get back to the bar. Let me put Dream back in here. The rest of you see Dino and Chomper and Cade walk in. Ursulin's obviously still upstairs, but yeah, Dream and Cat, you're at the bar. Now the rest of your party has joined you.
Gage just looks at everyone and goes, "I gotta go put Havoc Gold away," and just runs up the stairs.
Alright, so Cade makes a beeline to their room.
Kat says, okay, and turns the page of her book, which is the romance novel hidden inside the Criminals and Pirates book.
So glad. So
Dream's gonna order some food.
Cade's gonna come back down the stairs and look at everyone and then see that everyone's ordering food and stays quiet. And just kind of sits down with everyone and smiles.
Yeah, so Ameko is working on sort of a simple kind of like a stir fry for lunch.
Ooh.
No one's gonna bother to tell Arizlin that food is being made.
Cade ran upstairs. Cade's gonna immediately realize Ursulin's not there after sitting on the stool, looking around, smiling. I was actually getting there, and I'm so glad you actually said that. And literally is going to spin around and goes, "Ursulin!" Just runs back up the stairs and just goes, grabs your door handle, starts to turn it, and then goes, "Nope, let's go," backs off of it, and then starts banging the door, going, "Ursulin! Ursulin! Ursulin!" Knocking like,
You just hear a chair clatter and then stomp, 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 and I open the door and I go, "What?" And I'm covered in like grease and like grime and like wood shavings and shit.
Everyone's downstairs and we're eating. Do you want lunch?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Kate goes, "I didn't barge in!" And just Victory, like, arms up in the room, up in the air, and then just runs down the stairs with their arms still up, going, "Yes!" And then looks at Dino and goes, "When he went away, I got Ursulin, and I didn't go in the room. I'm learning." Very proudly.
Congratulations.
Would I be at full health by now?
No,
What?
that's the health that you're at when you woke up.
Oh. Okay. Whatever. I thought we rested. I was mistaken.
Well, no, you did rest, and that's the recovery you got.
Did I get the strength point back?
No, we're working on that.
No, that's after. That's tomorrow that you get the.
Okay. Fuck out of here, you stupid cats fighting each other.
So yeah, Ameko is making this stir fry with some just basically just chicken and vegetables. It's like a very basic like carrots, onions, broccoli, like just simple veggies. And she's cooking for about 5 more minutes before it's done. And in the meantime, she asks if anyone wants any drinks.
Kate
No.
looks down at everyone and looks back and forth and goes, "I'll have just a mead for me." and just has this really weird look on their face, like that was hard for them to say. Just for me.
Yeah, she starts like looking down at the bar at everybody else.
I'll take some cider.
Just looks up, says ale, and looks back at her book.
Can I roll perception to see what Kat's reading?
Okay.
Because I feel I was like I'm one of the only other party members to have read something, and so my interest is piqued seeing that Kat is reading a book. So I'm gonna walk over and look at it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hover over her shoulder as she's reading and read a paragraph off of it, and see
Can
if I
I-
can determine what it's about.
All right.
Can I help you?
Which one are you reading again, Kat?
I am reading the romance novel Climax in.
Oh, Climax
Hidden-
Without a Conscience. Yeah.
Sorry, Climax is out of conscious, but hidden inside the criminals and captains.
Okay.
Okay, so the book is inside the book, but I'm hovering over your shoulder and quickly reading a paragraph out of the book.
All right. So
Exactly, but-
you're hovering, and she's only a few pages into it, but it's kind of like the book is sort of describing this one character, and it's describing the character in a fairly detailed and also sort of provocative manner.
Kat just looks up and says, "Can I help you?"
I'm just gonna give her like a twisted look and be like, "Really? That's what you're into?" and walk away.
I'm so glad.
Is going to look at her very confused, like whatever, and go back to reading her book, not computing
As
what
I'm
just
walking
happened.
away, I mutter, I was like, I took you more for the action type.
Wait,
I mean,
can I roll perception to see if Kat heard that?
Yeah, sure.
Because I would be like right about here when I mutter that if you're right here. As I'm walking away after I say really and you like, oh, I was like, I take you more for the action adventure type.
Yeah, you hear what you said.
People can have a variety of interests, you know. And Kat is
Airsland, what's she reading?
Kat's gonna angrily close her book and be like, "I'm going to return this back to my room. I will be like that, since I clearly cannot read in peace down here."
I really want to say, can I say something? It's not PG. Can I say it?
Say what you
Kay's just
want.
gonna look around.
As she's storming off with her book, I'll be like, try not to wank off to the eroticness of it.
Kay looks around wide-eyed.
Gino's just gonna bust out laughing.
You were reading smut.
But by the way, I do have the mature content warning checked off on the channel, so you really can just say whatever you
Okay.
want. Like, it's fine.
Okay.
Basically
Yeah.
told her not to wank off.
Yeah,
Don't wank off too much.
Kate's just like dumbfounded that like I should have known kind of deal.
At
But-
that comment, Ameko, like, who was, focusing on cooking, and she had like her own little drink like tucked behind the bar top. She almost like spit out her drink.
Kate
The whole
was
tavern is laughing. I go back, and then I start muttering to myself. I was like, why do fucking females always gotta be reading this romance shit? It's unrealistic.
Kate reeled up the cat and goes, wait, cat, come back, I'm sorry.
Why are you
Realizing-
apologizing? Erzlin shouts at her.
I immediately, because I just shouted across everyone in the inn that she was reading smut, and I realized that was not the socially appropriate move.
Cade, you're not socially appropriate.
I am aware, damn it.
I mean, technically we're not in the public, because apart from like 2 other people, there's no one here.
Yeah, it's lunchtime. People are working.
Yeah, even
Tim, what-
though it is technically the weekend, Star Day is still seen as a day for work.
What's the Fate's hair do again?
That's the one that gives you the euphoria and sort of like a clairvoyant sort of look at like a noteworthy encounter that may happen to you.
How many doses were in that bag?
3.
All right, I'm gonna look at whoever's to either side of me, and I'm just gonna eat some Fate's hair.
Okay.
What?
So just
He's just wide-eyed again and going, I don't understand today.
so just 1 dose.
I don't
One.
either, Cade. I don't either.
All right, so a dose of that. All right, so you pull out this this drug, call it what it is, and you start eating it as the plate of food hits the bar top in front of you, as Mako is serving everybody lunch. As you swallow the Fate's hair, you're not really sure why, but you're just looking down at the plate of food, and it just looks amazing to you. Like
Fuck yeah.
like you're watching her cook, and you're just like, yeah, you know, she's making some kind of dish with chicken and veggies, you know, not too exciting. But now that it's done and in front of you, you can't wait to eat this. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, Dream's gonna dig in.
And you're not sure whether it's the drug or if it's actually that good, but it tastes as good as it looks to you.
Dream's just gonna say, I feel fantastic.
Whatever works for you, buddy.
What does it do again?
He's experiencing intense euphoria, and he sort of gets a little
Into a girl.
little clairvoyance regarding whatever the next noteworthy encounter that fate has planned for him.
So can I perceive whether or not that I am aware that he just like dosed himself? Like, because Kate was interested in the world of drugs. So am I gonna notice this?
Well, Jareem, were you trying to conceal the fact that you were taking a drug, or did you just?
No.
Okay, so yeah, you
I
watch it
know
happen.
it's a drug. That it's a drug. That's what I'm saying. Like I just
And then the sheriff walks in.
Based on what you know about Jareem, you can probably assume that he's consumed some sort of contraband.
Okay, so at this point, Kate just kind of shuffles over next to Jareem and kind of nudges him and goes, "Huh? Hey, what was that?"
Jareem's just gonna hand one to Cade.
Oh boy.
Kate immediately ingests it, doesn't even say a word.
Okay, so yeah, you eat the Fate's hair, you swallow it, and suddenly your plate of food also looks really freaking good.
Holy shit, Omeko, this is amazing.
Ameko, who's like eating her own plate of it, just looks up and she's like, "Really? It's so simple. Just some chicken and veggies and some sauce. It's not like, you know, I wouldn't spend all day on this, but thanks, I appreciate it."
I chime in and I say, I mean, it's kind of, eh.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like poor farmers would kill for this.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Ameko just looks at Ursula and just goes, "Oh, you can't please everybody, I guess."
You got any pepper?
Yeah, she
Wait,
pulls
does
out.
Chomper approve of
She
the
pulls out like a big fucking pepper mill from behind the bar and just slams it down in front of you. She says,
Yes, and you just see Arizon cranking it.
"All right."
Kate's just sneezing immediately.
Chomper
Arizon likes it spicy.
Chomper seems to be enjoying the food. Yeah.
As long as Chomper approves, I'm happy.
Yeah, he's kind of just like picking around trying to find all the chicken, but he seems happy.
Eat your vegetables, Chomper, or else you're gonna grow big and strong.
Chomper kind of gives you like a reluctant grumble, like he doesn't wanna, but then he starts sort of like cautiously eating like the carrots.
Don't you sass me, young man.
Mako looks directly at Ursula now and just says, "Well, does it taste better now that you've doused it in pepper?"
I tell you goodbye. I'm like, yeah.
All right, I'll just remember to make yours extra spicy in the future.
When you do, use red pepper and like chili.
Oh, don't worry, I've got plenty of that.
Don't kill me now.
I feel like she has the power to burn Ursula's tongue off.
Probably.
Like
but
she has like some secret dragon's
what
pepper
would
or
the roll
something.
be to not die of like spiciness? Would it
You
be
have to roll
healing?
at least a 40 on your fortitude save.
It'd probably just be a Constitution check because it's not like poisonous or
mean-
anything.
My constitution is a 16, so
Yeah, so I mean you could handle it.
what's your
If the dice are in your
constitution?
favor.
What's your constitution, Dino?
16.
Yeah, so shut up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't making fun of you. I'm just saying that,
I also have the
plus 3
dexterity
can only
to
get you so
sleight of hand
far.
swap dishes with you if I feel like my dish might be too spicy one day.
Yes, but at least I haven't noticed. Dino sees all.
Not
And at that
always.
point, you just hear Cade make a random reference and goes, "Things are getting too spicy for the pepper."
Oh. And then go back to eating.
No, but seriously, Cade starts sneezing again. How are you eating all of that?
through mouthfuls of food. I'm hungry.
Look at the bright side, Kate. At least it doesn't have garlic.
Cade's
Oh, now
just
that
really
you say
happy.
that,
Cade goes, I love garlic. Fuck out of here, Dino, with that
Yeah,
shit.
Ameko actually at this point she goes to like put her hand up to get everyone's section. She says, "Actually, yeah, there is garlic in here."
I was
Cade
just gonna
grins.
say, now that you say it, it tastes garlicky.
Cade grins at Dino and full fangs in full view, being like, "See, I'm fine." Very happily, completely oblivious to the fact that we are actually still in a tavern and this isn't just like a house. And I'm very euphoric and oblivious to all the stuff I should be concerned with. And keep shoveling food.
Ameko sort of looks back down at her food and says, "Well, I've learned something today. Garlic doesn't kill Dampiers."
How does she know?
In mind of killing?
Because I just grin full fanged in front of everyone and I've walked in daylight in front of her. She's pretty smart.
I mean, even Damphiers don't like the light that much.
Well, yeah, that's why she was able to decide that I was a Dampier and not a vampire, though, because I didn't burst into flames when she saw me outside.
Yeah, there was also some character creation stuff. They allow you in the character creation for a Dampier to sacrifice one of the class features to get rid of the sunlight sensitivity.
Yeah, I actually
nice.
did that. So I'm a daywalker, actually.
What did
Like,
what
I'm-
did you sacrifice though? Was it worth it?
I'd have to remind myself what
Kind
it
of.
was.
With the way I built the character, yes, it was worth it because of how much we go outside during the day. And how much we fight outside during the day.
Yeah. So anyway,
We're still going after that treasure.
Treasure?
Yes, when I finish my gun.
yeah, Dayborn is the name of the racial trait, and you lose the you lose your detect undead spell-like ability.
Yes.
Considering this is a goblin campaign, I feel like that was the right move.
Well, it's not just the goblin campaign, but yeah. So
We'll find out the hard way.
right. So Dino has mentioned treasure.
Yes, treasure.
I shrug at Ursulin. Whatever. I have a scimitar that I'm waiting on as well.
As Arslan's eating, she goes, so we wait. Oh, in
Is
the
this
midst
something
of
eating?
in the midst of me making my gun and like all that stuff, I would assume I'm still reading the book to learn the language.
Oh, the Undercommon book.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're making some more progress. You feel fairly confident that you can sort of decipher the clues on the map now.
Hey.
Not like full grasp of the language, but enough to figure out what the map is trying to tell you to do.
This is something I'm eating. I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm bored. I'm done with shopping. I'm gonna go fishing. You want to come?
Cade waves and goes, if you teach me.
I mentioned to Kate, I have a fishing kit in my room.
Cade looks over at Ursula and goes, can I borrow it?
Sure.
Yes! And run up the stairs, and then as you hear me get like halfway up the stairs, you hear me coming back down the stairs and going, can I come in your room?
Sure, but I want you to knock 3 times.
Okay! You're running up the stairs, and then you hear the dun dun dun.
Come in! I yell from downstairs.
I do a double thing and realize what you just did to me and just open the door and go grab the fish box and just try to step around all the things you flung around the room in frustration as you're trying to build this gun and going, nope, this part, not, nope, and just being like, I'm not disturbing any of that, over that, the fishing kit, and then you hear me coming, running down the stairs and running out the door and going, bye, and then I realize that Dino's still inside.
Alright, well, I know a decent fishing spot, I think. Onwards.
So Cade looks at him and goes, for the entire time I've lived here, I've never actually gone fishing.
You should try it. It's how me and Chomper survive in the wild for so long.
Cade looks down at their stomach and then looks back at Dino and goes, honestly, probably would have been a tool I should have learned to use earlier.
Better late than never.
And I point out a few places that I've seen people fishing before, just from living here in Sandpoint, but then shrugs and say, but I honestly have no idea if they're actually good spots or if they're just what they're used to. And then says, where did you go last time?
That's a good question. I don't exactly remember exactly where I went.
I could remind you.
You were over here. I put the two of you on like the big Sandpoint map. You were over here on the beach to the west.
Yeah, that's where we were.
Oh, yeah. Alright. First of all, you need to throw your line as far as you can. The bigger fish like to be farther out in the water.
Alright, so yeah, the way we did this last time was strength checks to cast your line, and then dexterity checks to pull the fish in.
So Cade's gonna.
I could have swore it was also strength.
Tim, while they're fishing, can I continue working on my gun?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Kat's gonna be in her room, reading the books that she got.
As I walk by Kat's room, I go, ooh la la, romance.
Kat throws a shoe at her. Kat opens the door and throws a shoe at her.
Alright. Cat make a strength check.
Is it a straight
Can
check?
I?
Yeah.
Can I make a perception to hear the door opening, turn around, and try and catch the shoe?
Sure.
Alright. Well, that's no effort to catch it anyways. Do I hear the door open?
You hear the door opening.
I'm gonna turn around and try and catch it.
All right, dexterity check.
Boom, it's the same.
Yeah, it's like a soft toss towards you. Very very non-threatening. You catch it easily.
I turn to Capulet and I say, "You want this back? Because if not, I'm gonna keep it."
Cat goes up, Cat storms up to her, takes the shoe out of her hand, knocks her on the head with it, and then goes back into her room.
Bonk.
I go, "All right then," and I continue on my way to my room.
I'm so glad.
Meanwhile, you've all just like left Dream's like drugged ass sitting at the bar.
He's
Yeah,
fine.
Sure, it's what he wanted.
he's
He's
just
perfectly fine.
he's just still enjoying his lunch even though he's already eaten all the food.
He's just hanging out.
He's staring at
He's
he's staring at like a
amazing.
plate with the remaining sauce on the plate and he's just like, "Man, this looks great."
Yeah, no.
He's gonna go for a walk and try and have a vision.
Okay. Anywhere in particular? Or you just like wandering around town?
I'm just gonna wander.
All right. So Dream's just vibing around Sandpoint while all this is happening.
Fucking love it.
Fishing rolls.
So for the fishing, so yeah, both of you make strength checks to cast your line.
I could have swore that last time we did it, it was survival to get this fish in.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It was survival. You're right.
Also, I said I was gonna watch Dino do it the first time around.
Okay, so
That makes sense.
then yeah,
Yeet!
just Dino. All right. So yeah, Dino casts his line like a decent ways out. Not super far, but a bit out into the sea. You're sitting there for probably 5 to 10 minutes before something.
Patience is key.
Right. Before it looks like he gets a bite.
And then you pull him in.
Wow.
Give him a little slack. And then yank.
Yeah, Dino effortlessly pulls in a salmon.
I just imagine him yanking the thing, and like this is my first time ever seeing someone fishing up close, and the fish is like I'm leaning over to look at this, and the fish literally just comes flying up and smacks Kate in the face.
Oh yeah, you imagine him yanking the thing? No.
Yeah. After everything, no, I'm mad. That's Cat.
Excuse me while I bonk myself.
Bonk.
At any rate, yes.
How big is it?
Dino, it's roughly the same size as the ones that you had pulled in on your first fishing trip. Pretty average size salmon.
I shall feed it to Chomper. As a reward for finishing his vegetables.
Chopper happily gulps down the salmon, basically whole. Doesn't even really take the time to chew it up.
Alright, Cade, your turn.
All right, so Cade goes to fling the line out there, make a strength check.
I'm still grayed out.
Oh my god, why? That's
I don't know.
Very refreshing.
Yeah, I'm gonna relog into Roll20 after this.
okay. So your line doesn't go quite as far as Dino's. You sit there for a few minutes and you're not getting any bites.
I look over at Dino grumbling and going, "You made this look so easy."
There's a practice, and as I told you, patience.
Would you like to recast?
Yeah, so Kay's gonna reel the line back in and then take a deep breath and cast it out on the exhale.
Okay. This time your cast is a little bit better. You also sort of angle it in a different direction just to try another spot. And yeah, about another 10 minutes go by, and you do get a bite this time.
Guidance.
Yes.
You go to try
Kate
to pull.
excitedly starts pulling on the line.
Okay, you go to try to reel it in, and
Do.
uh, you're trying your best to pull this thing in, but the fish eventually wins and gets free of the line.
I reel in a empty hook and go, well, positives, I hooked something. Negatives, I just fed it lunch.
Makes it feel any better. The first time Erison tried fishing, she couldn't catch a single shrimp.
Feel a little bit better, Kate does, and then tries to cast again.
It like barely makes it into the water.
Tell you what,
Okay.
Kate, until you get the hang of it, I'll toss your line farther.
Kate just immediately doesn't even say anything and just hands the rod over to Gino and goes, thank you.
Oh my god.
Fuck!
I just got back too.
All right,
Holy
so Dino throws the line pretty short as well, but at least far enough into the water that you might catch something. This time a little bit of a longer wait, even about another 15 minutes. You're just kind of shooting the shit in the meantime. Eventually, there is a bite on the line.
So I'm just gonna aggressively start trying to reel it in.
You gotta wear him down.
I'm explicitly I'm like literally cursing at this fish and I'm like, you're not getting away from me.
Come on, that's a 10.
It is a battle with whatever fish is on this line. But Cade is able to pull it in, and it is it's another salmon. It's a little bit smaller than the one Dino caught, but it is a successful catch.
Kate's like panting out of breath and looks over at the fish that Dino has and then looks at mine and goes, why is that so easy for you? You already cast it. I didn't even do all the work. Wait, I have a fish.
Well,
And
two
just
things. One, I've
triumphant.
done this for years, and secondly, that's not that much smaller. As I told you before, the first time Ellison tried fishing, her fish was like the size of a shrimp.
lies.
Kate's just triumphantly like bouncing on the dock, going, I got a fish. I got a fish. Does Kate realize how slimy fishes are as I'm dancing with this? Because this is the first time Kate is actually doing this.
I would assume no.
Probably no.
I mean, not before actually like putting your hands on it.
Yeah, so I guess when I first try to grab the fish and dance with it, we're gonna find out whether or not I hold on to it.
The fish tries to flop around a little bit as you grab it and excitedly move around with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll dexterity to try to hold on to it. And yeah, you keep a firm grip on the fish as it flops around in your
Damn.
arms.
The only thing I'm good at apparently right there. I'm gonna look over at Dino and go, why didn't you tell me this was slimy?
It's not slimy, it's mucus.
Where do I put it?
Actually,
Well,
it's
you get if you get to me, I'll chop it up for you.
Immediately just hands it to him, goes, just starts wiping their hands off on their clothing, being like, that's gross, never want to touch a fish again, oh my god, that's gross.
And can I roll my butcher skill?
Sure.
Guidance! Eh.
So, Kate very much likes eating fish in character, by the way, just never actually took the time to catch any of them themselves. It was usually one of the other impoverished individuals they were hanging out with that usually caught the fish and brought them, and I usually brought up veggies from farms, because I used to do work as a farmhand for odd jobs.
Yeah, so Dino goes ahead and butchers up the fish. You get a few pretty nice sized salmon fillets off of it.
Arcade, they're much less slimy when they don't have their skin. I give her the meat bag. Hold on to that for whenever you need it. It's your reserve food.
Cade goes, I know how to do that. That I know how to do. I know how to handle it once.
Not the chest, just keep it on hand for whenever you need it. Eat!
slaps
Fuck.
himself in the face and goes, I'm not gonna put the tuna. And goes, it's not tuna, it's salmon. I'm not gonna put the salmon in the chest.
Can I re-roll? I mean, not re-roll. Can I take my line back and roll that again? Because there's no
Yeah.
way I'm gonna catch something with a 1.
Yeah,
You
you actually nearly like drop the pole as you go to cast it. Like you just you like your grip like slips.
God damn it! It can happen to anyone. Focus. Eat.
Okay.
There we go.
Just focus, you casting yourself guidance on others. I get it.
Much better this time as the line sails out into the sea. Another 10 to 15 minutes passes, and you get another hit on the line.
Guidance.
Oh God.
Yes.
Okay, I'll give you food. Just shut the fuck
And yeah,
up.
you've hooked and pulled in another tuna this time.
Oh, it's like my giant tuna.
Similar in size, yeah.
Alright, cool. I roll to butcher it.
Okay.
And I should also cast guidance, because there's not a single situation where you should not cast guidance. Yes.
Yeah, you butchered up real nice. You get a solid amount of tuna steaks that'll feed you and Chomper for a few days.
So how many tuna steaks?
I'd say probably 8 total.
Yes. Total of 15 steaks.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Does this fish not go bad? I mean, the last
yeah,
time you
some of
fished
those
it,
you've had for a
yeah.
few days. You should probably be preserving them in some way. But
I need salt, but Cade. So I'm assuming. Okay, here's something I want to ask. I feel like salt and stuff would be part of the things I would have stored around with the random little food bits that Cade would have, like, because I always pack rations and stuff like that, and all that stuff's preservative. So like, I would think I have salt, but we never addressed that, so I don't want to metagame salt into it. So I'll.
And when I get back to the tavern, I'll ask, what's her face to make these into tuna sturkey.
jerky, yeah, you could always ask Mako to help you with that.
Then they'll last way longer.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
that.
Just for fun, Dream, make a perception check.
Okie dokie.
As you're going on a little trip around town. All right, so Dream, you have wandered your way behind the Glassworks building, and you look out and you can see the fishing going on.
Dream's just gonna jump into the water.
Okay, so you're gonna leap down from, because there's like an incline here, so like yeah, you leap down from there and you just go.
He's gonna take his new robe off first.
Okay.
But
Yeah, you just go screaming past them and into the water.
I'm so glad.
That's probably normal for him. He'll be fine.
He can go bird form if he really wants to. I'm not afraid.
Birds
of him.
can't swim.
No, I meant like falling from the height.
He'll be fine.
It's not that great of a height.
A little fall damage never killed anyone.
Dogecoin is almost at 30 cents.
Is that what Dream's screaming?
Yes. And he has no idea what it means.
I'm so glad. So does Dream eventually hit the water?
Yeah, he's in the water. He went past all of you and just into the water.
So Kate's just gonna. So everything I've done, I'm really gleefully happy about. Still, correct?
Yeah.
Since I'm also on the sea drugs.
Yeah, you're enjoying it. You're having a really good time fishing. All the bright colors and the thrill of catching food.
I look over at Dino and go, "Shouldn't we move over? I don't want to hook Dream."
It's a very good call.
I'm going to reflect that Dream is in fact in the water.
I'm gonna
Looking
try.
for dream sharks don't come up this close to shore.
Dude, wait, does he not have to like hold his breath or some shit, or is he just forgetting to do so?
He only said that he was just going in the water. He didn't say what he was doing. He just
Yeah, he just jumped in. I would suppose that he would go under and then come back up at least, and he's just bopping around in the water.
Hey, he's just swimming.
Yeah, he doesn't like the drug doesn't make him like lose control of what he of his like involuntary bodily functions. Like he knows he needs to breathe, so he's able to at least keep that much presence of mind to know that he's got to come up for air.
Okay, this time let's have a contest. See who can get it fixed.
So, sure. Okay, just look.
Though to be fair, I will cast your line as before.
Okay, okay, that's okay. I'd start to like put up a fight against this concept and idea of you doing it for me if we're having a competition, and then realize that I'm woefully like underprepared
It's
for
mine. This is mine.
this. That is yours. Gotcha.
I can't have you like reeling in too big a fish, as I think it's gonna win too easily. So I gotta give you a short one.
All right, so the lines have been cast.
So, all right.
Contest isn't who
Okay,
gets the bigger
discussion
fish.
on
It's not who
it.
gets theirs first.
Ooh, okay.
I'll be at work until 9:30. I am so happy. So happy.
Yeah.
Wake up at 7. I can wake up at 8. Ah, glorious.
The lines have been cast. You listen to Jareem splashing around in the water for about 10 minutes, and then there. I'm sorry, I can't keep it together. This is so funny.
I love it.
This man really just took drugs, wandered around town, decided I'm just gonna go in the ocean, and, and he did it.
He's like, this is what I wanted.
He just did it. So.
I really want to know if this man is drowning.
So, the lines are pretty different distances out into the sea, but the bites hit on each line only a few seconds apart.
I'm gonna give Cade my guidance. I think
Okay.
I'm quite confident in myself.
All right, so let's
Ooh.
go ahead and roll your survival checks.
So Cade's just gonna look over at Dino and go, cocky, aren't we? Like laughing as they're saying
It
it.
seems I have a good reason to do so.
Dino pulls in a rather large salmon on his
Can you
his
pull
line.
it? Pull the fish.
Cade, unfortunately, after attempting to reel in their catch, ends up with a boot.
Cade looks down and looks up and goes, "That is not a fish." Like Cade,
Actually, I think it's a new species of
Wait,
fish.
what did Cade get?
a
Boot.
boot,
She got a boot. Or they got a boot.
a boot.
I'm imagining
So-
this as Animal Crossings, and I really want if he nat 20s, I really want him to pull like a really rare fish like that you would get in like Animal Crossings.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be funny as fuck.
So Cade just kind of throws the boot at Dino playfully and just goes, "That's yours. Your cast. Didn't count." And then Cade casts again.
All right, Cade.
What
give
if
us-
I'm going to butcher my fish as she's doing this?
It doesn't work.
But
I
I'm
got
giving
my
her a head
sheet to
start.
work and it didn't matter.
My 10 is not bad. While
True.
you're doing that, I'm gonna butcher my fish. I'm giving you a head start.
Yeah, Cade
Kittens!
flings the line out and it lands pretty close to where it was
50.
previously, slightly further out. Yeah, Dino butchers a couple of more really nice salmon fillets.
I'm gonna put them in.
So-
Well, after I do, I'm just gonna put them in where Kay put the other fish.
Okay.
Yeah. I have in my pack. I just had like parchment papers that I was putting them in between.
How many was
so,
that?
like they were keeping them separated and not as gross.
So how many was I able to give her?
Oh, I don't know. I think it was 3.
Maybe more than
before?
that.
Oh wait, maybe mine was 3 from my fish.
I got a large salmon. So how many pieces was that?
Well, you butcher off like the whole fillets, and just like, you know.
So we have a whole worth of salmon.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a whole salmon worth of fillets, like just two really big like fillets that are like butchered very nicely, like no little pins or anything. Like you did a good job.
I'm gonna wait until she gets a bite
So I mean, you can always just like
before I start catching.
yeah, you can always
So-
like portion that off further, but yeah. So you
Strength, and then survival.
yeah. So again, you're treated to the more soothing sounds of a intoxicated dream frolicking about in the water, and eventually, yes, you do get a bite, and you pull in a salmon of your own that is fairly average in size. Dino throws his line way out there again. As you're reeling this fish in, Dino throws his line out. You are just about to pull the fish out of the water when Dino's line gets a bite.
Guidance.
Oh, and Dino tries his hardest to battle this fish, but it gets away.
Damn you, fish! Win this round.
Kay just grins at Dino, goes, "I did it on my own!" Completely oblivious that Dino missed a fish.
That you did, Cade. That you did.
I just imagine Jareem like in the water, like me too.
He's
Dream's
actually
gonna try and
holding a
catch
fish.
a small fish with his hands.
Like Babu secretly went to go get him a fish, and he's just holding it.
Yeah,
I'm so glad.
Babu just like flies way out, dives down into the water, and just pulls a fish.
His dream is just like swimming
Did
after a
Babu
little
actually
fish,
touch
going,
the
"Wait,
fish, though?
wait."
He's like, I don't need fishing pole.
He doesn't.
It's like you guys are stupid. I don't need the pole.
I don't need a pole.
All right, so yeah, all in total, by now you've spent probably like an hour and a half out here fishing. Made some pretty good amount of catches. Are you continuing, or are you all set?
I'd say I'm good.
I think after butchering her last fish, I think that's it.
I'm with-
Can't overfish the population. Gotta let them make more fish, and then we gotta eat them.
That's a good point.
Circle of life.
Yes.
Kay just kind of like nods along, like intently, like listening, and then looks at double takes and goes, "Hey, Jareem, we're done. Do you want to come with us, or did you want to stay?"
Nah, I'm coming.
Dino
Kay picks up.
perfectly.
Picks up his
go ahead.
robe and shakes it out and puts it on the rock instead of the ground for him.
Yeah. Dino perfectly butchers the last fish. Absolutely flawless salmon fillets. So we get another.
All right, so now
couple of those.
Kate has 3 fillets worth of fish.
Yeah.
Yep. And you
Look at
all
them
go and
items.
head back to find that Ursulin is still in the tavern working on her gun.
Yep.
And Kat is very deep in whichever book she's reading, having made a good bit of progress on that front. The book is a roller coaster of emotions that are graphically described, as most romance novels are, and
Each one more erotic than the last.
yeah, actually, yes, the book, it without a conscience is in the title after all, so. The book largely details a guy who really is just going around various towns and sowing his wild oats, as they say.
Ugh.
And, yeah, he's a player, He just the title of the book is fairly literal, all right? So that's what Kat's been reading about. Who is like pissing?
I feel like
What
that
is
book would make so many Redditors cringe.
Oh yeah.
Love that.
I mean, a romance novel should really make anyone cringe. Like, even if they won't admit it. Like, it's just.
Hey!
I know, but I feel like it's even worse for the most Nick Beardy Redditor you can think of.
Really think so? I don't know.
What's romance novels?
I'm sorry.
Sometimes you want light, fluffy, bullshit of people falling in love and getting their world rocked. I
mean,
just want to read about people falling in love, damn it! I want to see happy couples!
you could just like.
Coming out of left field for a electric pirate.
I mean, you could also just like watch porn and use your imagination. Like, you'd be using your imagination way more than they did. Like,
It's different. I want a plot, damn it! And don't you dare say porn has a plot. We both know it's a lie.
I mean, some of it
Porn's
does. Some of it
There
does.
there are some that do, technically.
Yeah, like, it doesn't really matter how you get there, though. It's it's gonna happen.
You gotta think about it. You gotta be like, what brought these two here?
Yeah, sometimes there's a leak in the sink, and other times there's
It's a pizza delivery.
Yeah, it's a pizza delivery, and it's just a dick in the box. It's
Yeah, it is what it is.
Again, doesn't matter how you get there. Eventually, everyone goes to horny jail. That's
That's
the point.
so.
That's the destination.
Unless you're in Dino's case. In that case, you go to Chad Heaven.
Chad Heaven.
Look,
Yeah.
every now and
Bonked
then...
the sheep
Chad-
shopkeeper's daughter.
Chad Heaven, where all the angels are on steroids.
I'm sorry, no matter how tough you
Yeah.
are, every now and then, you just want to watch people fall in love. That's so wrong.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't really have much more to say on this without like coming off the wrong way or something like that. Like, I'm not.
It's not your cup
May
of
have
tea.
an
It's okay.
M-rated, but we can still own
So,
so
to be
far.
honest, I hate most romance novels. I hate smutty romance novels. It's not my thing. But, like, I'm honest, so out of character, I'm honestly reading the entire Bridgerton series right now because this is my
I feel like the type of person that just enjoys fan fiction.
I'm very picky about fan fiction, actually.
I've caught a couple episodes of Bridgerton because Fiona happened to be watching
Yeah.
it.
I'm very picky about my fan fiction, actually. But, like, I hate the smut stuff, but I love watching watching, like, reading about people falling in love, especially YA romance is so innocent and adorable.
Like, my opinion of Bridgerton, based on the little bit that I've seen, is I compare it to like a historically inaccurate version of what would happen if they turned Downton Abbey into a romance novel. Like,
Pretty much what it is, and it is wonderful.
are there any Downton Abbey fans here?
I saw the
No,
movie.
I don't even know what that is.
Okay, so
I saw the movie and I saw the first season.
So Downton Abbey, to give Leah a small synopsis here based on what I've seen, the woman who played Professor McGonagall from Harry Potter is in it, and it's basically just a bunch of British people sitting around being boring, and that's the entire show.
I will say Dame Maggie Smith has my absolute
That's
favorite
most
line.
British people.
That
I mean, that is true. It's a fair point. Most British TV is very like
it's like-
subdued.
Just look at the cooking shows, like Gordon Ramsay in America versus Gordon Ramsay in Britain.
I don't know
No
about that.
music, no yelling.
I don't know about that. The British actually do have a couple of cooking shows that are fucking bangers. If you've ever watched like the Great British Bake Off, that show is amazing.
Yo,
I
fuck yeah, that's my shit.
Yeah.
Although I don't like it with the new host. I'm sorry.
I'm not
Yeah,
familiar,
no, bring
but
back Noel Fielding.
he knows the names of the hosts.
He was on the Mighty Boosh, man. I used to watch that show when I was when I
Also,
was a
and
kid.
also, this isn't a cooking show, but there's also like a pottery version of the Great British Bake Off. Fiona was watching it just now,
Really?
like before we started. Yeah, the main host of the show, and like the judge, this dude gets like emotional to the point of tears over pottery, and it's incredible to watch. He's like,
Well, my
he'll
favorite-
look at a piece and just be like, "Oh, it's so beautiful." Like, just start like crying over pottery, and I'm like, "Bro, get a grip."
Fun fact about the Great British Bake Off. You know how it's not like dramatic as most shows, like they don't have a lot of fighting personal drama?
No,
It's because it's one of the things that the hosts made clear when they first started doing it is anytime someone starts freaking out over like their bake, like they're about to have a breakdown, they will come over, comfort them, and also shout brand names, make rude gestures, and curse so that the footage can't be used for television.
That's
That
awesome.
way the person can have their breakdown and not worry about it being all over national television.
That's fucking cool.
That's all. I mean, it is
Boo.
fantastic.
Y'all should watch.
I want to
Fawlty
see
Towers.
amateurs break down. I'm sorry.
but like you would think that like they wouldn't even have to do that stuff to just know not to use the footage in post.
You would think that, wouldn't you?
I
But
would.
No.
I would think that because I
The only exception
'Cause I
is
took classes in-
children,
'cause I
because
took
they
classes
should
in TV
absolutely
production.
not go through that. But if you're
I know.
a own adult, watch you suffer. Sorry, but that's the way it is.
I
And I
mean,
regret nothing.
like Gordon Ramsay
But-
provides like a lot of the suffering for some of these people.
Well, let's be real. But the thing about Gordon Ramsay is Gordon Ramsay, if you are an amateur, like he doesn't expect that level from you. And it's true. Like if you watch him do like I am going to teach you how to do this thing to like someone who's not a professional, or even
Like
when he's
kids.
working with kids, like Master Chef Jr.,
Yeah,
he's a sweetheart.
yeah, he really
The
is.
reason why he's so hard on Hell's Kitchen is these are supposed to be professionals. These are supposed to be the
And they're
best of
serving
the
like
best.
raw chicken.
Yeah, they're supposed to know better.
So
To
before
be
we
fair, raw chicken is like really dangerous, so you should
yeah, of
absolutely
course.
yell at people
yeah,
for that.
Yeah, 100%.
Everyone's a chomper.
Very true. Before we refocus ourselves here, I got a couple more non-American shows that everyone here needs to check out. First one is another
Fawlty Towers.
what?
Fawlty Towers.
Haven't heard of that one.
You guys should watch Scissor 7. It's the most ridiculous anime I've ever seen.
You lost me in anime, but that's all right.
Babe.
No, it's not even
It's the anime.
really
You
an
have to
anime,
watch
it's more
Cells
like a
at Work.
Babe.
It's a cartoon, but it's like it's like Pokemon
Nana, Cells at Work, man.
cartoon,
So-
but like you could classify it as an anime.
So, yeah, all right. Maybe I'll look into it. The first one that I want to bring up is a show that when Fiona and I went to Ireland for a little bit, we found out about it. It's a British show, but it was just playing on their TV over there. The show is called Dinner Date.
Okay.
And the way it works is there's like one person who's like trying to find a date, right? And they start with like 5 eligible sort of like, I guess, contestants, I guess. And the person who's seeking a date is presented with like menus, and just off of what the people are going to serve, they eliminate 2 people right there. Then the second round is the one person going to each house of, you know, the other people, and like sitting there and like letting them cook a meal for them, and it's like the most awkward shit. Like I legit saw someone pull out like a fucking like Stouffer's lasagna and like make that and call it food, and just like put it like legit like a TV dinner and just like put it in front of them. And then at the end they have to like pick one person and like go on a real date with them. It's so awkward, dude. And then the other one is just straight up hilarious, and it's just called Canada's Worst Driver.
Canada's Worst Driver.
Yeah, you know about it. The show's great. It's
No, Canada's Worst Driver made me get a dash cam in my car.
Yeah, you can find.
Especially after, like, oh man, what was that chick who, like, who later was diagnosed with BPD, who was, like, totally unhinged and thought it was funny?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there was a girl from the first season that was like that she,
No, she was, like, one of the later seasons.
I don't think I've seen it then. I've only watched, like, the early seasons, but, yeah, so the gist of the show is, like, it's 8 people that were nominated by, like, friends and family members as, like, just being absolutely atrocious drivers, and they go to like they call it like the boot camp, and they have to complete like all these ridiculous challenges that like you'd never encounter on an actual road. And the way it works is like the people who are like quote unquote like eliminated from the show are actually winning because they like progressed enough to like graduate and leave the show. Like they say like, all right, you're not the worst driver, like you get to leave. And then like at the very end, like there's like the biggest loser who's like the actual like worst driver.
Yeah,
it's so funny. It even spawned a spin-off series called Canada's Worst Handyman, which is arguably even better.
I haven't seen that. I know that we did try an America's Worst Driver, and it lasted like 1 season.
Oh, I bet, because, you know, our worst drivers are basically all like road rage people and like the elderly. It's not like...
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Maybe I would, but yeah, Canada's Worst Driver. Like, Canada's Worst Driver, they actually ejected someone from the show because he wasn't taking it seriously. They were just like...
I remember that.
They were like, you don't even deserve to be called Canada's Worst Driver, but like, fuck you and please leave. Like... And then they probably apologized to him about it because they're Canadian and they're overly polite.
Or about that.
But anyway, yes, back to the game. So, Ursuline, you would have spent probably about like 2 more hours on your gun while everything else was going on. So you're
What's my goal right now?
You've worked on it for 4 hours so far today.
I'm just gonna keep working on it till I reach 8 hours.
Okay, well, yeah, I don't know if you're gonna do that now or if you want me to just like, you know, sort of just like time skip 4 hours, but I know that Dino mentioned the treasure map, so I don't know if that was a thing that you guys wanted to do.
We did mention. I said that I would prefer to go wielding a good gun, and Dino agreed, saying he's waiting on his scimitar anyways.
All right, so I can, if you want, I can time skip like a few days.
That works, yeah.
Okay, so we can do that. So let's see here. This would be Sunday, Moon Day. Okay, so we will skip ahead to. Okay, I got it. We'll skip to like late afternoon on
2 days is from now, I think, right?
Moon Day.
Moon Day, which is basically a Monday.
That is correct.
be fair to say that me and Kay would spend a decent amount of time fishing those 3 days because nothing else to do.
Sure. Just I'll have each of you. Well, I gotta make it for Cade because Allie's phone died, but just make a survival check for the time spent fishing. Just like one check, and then I'll let you know what you get.
Guidance. Damn it.
All right, so
Hey, better.
Roll the 3. God damn it.
between the two of you, you reel in a total. You get 1 tuna each, and you get a total of 6 more salmon between the two of you.
With 2 more days of fishing. Damn. Guess the seas were rough this time around.
Oh well, you're spending like the whole day fishing, or just like a couple hours like
The
you did
next
today.
2.
Right,
A
I
couple
know.
of hours each day.
A couple hours each day. All right, so then yeah, that's about what you get for a couple hours each day. All right, so
Alright, so how much fish is that worth? Like I know like 1 tuna, like 1 salmon each, but how
right,
many?
all right. So yeah, it's 2 fillets per salmon, so 12 of those total, and then I'd say a total of, we'll say another 14 tuna steaks.
4 tuna steaks each or both?
No, 14 total between the 2 fish. Like,
Oh,
we'll
okay,
say
that's fair.
one was a bit bigger than the other, so we'll say like 8 and 6.
8 and 6. 14. Just divide it evenly.
Yeah, whatever works for you.
15, 20. Alright, 22 tuna steaks. And I'd like asking Mako to smoke the tuna steaks.
She says that she has like a device that can handle something like that, so she'll take that on and get to work with that for you. By this point, Ursulin has finished her gun. Sheriff Hemlock also on the morning of Moon Day dropped off the chest of items for you guys.
Alright, let's bring it all to the middle of a table. Let us all take a look.
All right, so you guys do that. There are. What's up?
Could I, when I gave back the borrowed pistol, could I have sold? I sold the I gave her the what's it called? The creepy crawly bullets, right?
You didn't mention that, but we could
think I did.
retroactively do something like that. Yeah.
And just so I get rid of them, because those and the fun powder bullets I can't use because they're designed for pistols.
Right, and this is more like a rifle, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just erase them.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I was just looking. Sorry.
Okay, so you open the box, and there's a total of 5 items inside, essentially 1 for each of you. They're not labeled as far as like, who each item is meant for. It's just a bunch of items, and Sheriff Hemlock figures that you guys can figure it out on your own, who gets what. So the 5 items, there's a pair of boots. There are 2 headbands. One is made of braided hide, and the other is made of it's a silver circlet. There's a belt, And the final item is a set of bracelets, 2 of them.
Alright, safe to say that these are going to be magical. Dream, your thing.
I think he failed.
Oh well, good thing Cat can detect magic too, so that's a.
He did just get his first dose.
Oh wait, no, I'm here.
Oh,
You are? Hey,
it was just so quiet. What's
you
going
gotta
on?
detect magic.
Hey, detect magic.
I'm just writing this in the chat so I have it. Oh, ignore the cues. I don't know why there's so many cues.
Capacity.
Shut up.
All right. Give me a moment while I pull everything up. So I can tell you exactly what kind of magic is involved here. Alright, that's not coming up. That's not good.
Should I do 1D? Wait, no, there's 2 different.
Okay, so that was coming up. I just didn't see the right thing at first. Okay. All right. So.
What's SM?
Find that
Edge.
one, and then one more. Okay. So, amid the chest of items, you know the following schools of magic exist. The belt emanates transmutation magic, as does the headband made of hide, and the boots. So those 3 are all transmutation. The circlet is, or the metallic circlet headband is divination magic, and the bracelets are enchantment magic.
Can I roll spellcraft to see exactly what they do?
Sure. Yeah,
When in doubt, put it in the chat. Guidance.
Guidance.
Oh. 12.
All right. I mean, if anyone else wants, not that that's like not good, but if anyone else wants to take a crack at it, feel free.
I mean, Cade's got a chance.
Yeah, anyone who has
Better than mine.
anyone who has a rank in
You
it.
have guidance? There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Bunk.
I knew all my time teaching you fishing would teach you something about magic.
All right, so I'm just gonna go down the list here. We'll start with the belt. The belt is a Minotaur belt.
Yo.
This belt grants its wearer a +2 enhancement bonus to strength, and the ability to ignore difficult terrain while charging or making an overrun, bull rush, or a trample attempt. The bonus lasts only as long as you wear the belt. So you put it on, you get a +2 to your strength. It remains until you take the belt off. Pretty simple.
Nice.
The hide headband is called a hunter's band. This headband grants a +5 competence bonus on survival checks. It also makes you feel more accustomed to the strain of long travel, as if you were under the effects of the tireless pursuit spell. There are no rangers in the party, so the rest of it doesn't matter. But it's really just it's just an extra +1 to like favorite enemy attack rolls if you were a ranger. Yeah, that's really it. The boots are called Boots of Gusto. These boots are made of fine red leather, and they are decorated with stitch designs featuring humanoids wielding rapiers and other light weapons suited for swashbucklers. Up to 3 times per day, the wearer of these boots can perform one of the swashbuckler deeds that is called
I didn't mean to do that.
Daring Do, and the way that works is you can add a 1d6 bonus to any of the following skill checks: acrobatics, climb, escape artist, fly, ride, or swim. If you roll a 6, not only do you get to add that 6, you get to roll again and add that roll to the bonus. And essentially, as long as you keep rolling sixes, you get to keep rolling the die up until you hit whatever your dexterity mod is in terms of bonus dice.
Tim, when you get the chance, can you help me put the gun in my sheet? Because I think I'm doing it wrong.
I'll do it after the game. I'll take care of it after the game. The metallic silver circlet. This is the item that I was talking about when I said there's one item that's probably more geared toward one of you than the rest. This is called a circlet of speaking. This thin silver circlet allows an animal wearing it to speak, even if it is not normally capable of doing so because of its low intelligence score or lack of known languages. The creator of the item decides what language the circlet's wearer can speak when they craft the item. This one is common, which cannot be changed once the crafting is complete. Circlet of Speaking does not grant the animal a bonus to intelligence, and the wearer's general behavior remains largely the same while it wears the circlet, though it can communicate its desires and rudimentary knowledge as though being spoken to via Speak with Animals.
Are we gonna put that on Chomper?
I would sure hope so.
And
I'm not sure if it would work with Babu.
no, Babu is more of like a familiar. He's not like a legit.
I realize.
Yeah. Yeah, spirits are not quite the same for this purpose. The final item is the bracelets. These are bracelets of the Fey Touch. These bracelets are crafted from thin yet surprisingly durable silver, and they glitter and sparkle faintly in moonlight or shadow. The wearer can activate the bracelets once per day as a free action to gain a +4 competence bonus on a bluff or a stealth check.
I want one of those.
One other thing with these bracelets. This item is unique among the bunch in that this item will also scale up with your level. There are a couple of extra features you get. At 6th level, the wearer can activate the bracelets to increase the DC of the next enchantment spell they cast by 1 instead of gaining a bonus on a skill check. And at 8th level, you can activate the bracelet's effect twice per day, however, no more than once per hour.
And there's 2 of those?
Yeah, but they're meant to be worn together.
Oh. Can I have them? I say to the group.
I'm sorry, what did they do?
I
What did they
shrug
do
and I
again?
say, I don't see why not.
It gives you a buff on bluff or sneak.
Yeah, once per day you gain a +4 to bluff or stealth. That's the base version, and then at 6th level they gain an additional benefit, and then a further one at 8th level. That's the only item in the bunch that scales up, but yeah. So that's what you know about all of them, all those items.
Okay, so one's a belt of strength, pretty much. One is basically gives you more to survival. One allows allows an animal to talk. One is about increasing bluff and sneak. What's the 5th one?
That would be the boots that give you the swashbuckler deed that allows you
Oh yes,
to add the one.
that's Cat's hands down.
Yeah. I'm assuming the belt would be Dino's and the bracelet would be Chomper's. The animal bracelet, of course.
There's no animal
Much
bracelet.
as I would love to for me to get the strength thing
What
and
is
for
it that makes
Chomper to get the
animal
thing,
talk?
Yeah, the circlet.
but that's 5 things. Someone's not going to get one.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
who's not gonna get one?
well, no, like when I rolled these items, like I'm not gonna tell you guys what to do, but when I rolled these items, when I rolled the circlet, I was like, yeah, all these other items could be useful to Dino, but like being able to have Chopper like talk, like actually hold a conversation with him, I feel like that makes it like an equal, whereas everyone else is getting like items that they're gonna use themselves. But again, you decide what you want to do on your own.
Yeah, no, honestly, in character, Kay would have suggested that because I think Kay would squee at the fact that was sitting there talking and Chomper would respond even if I didn't understand.
So Kat's not gonna say it, but she is thinking the circle on Chomper is definitely gonna be a good idea. She's 99% sure that of him and Dino, Chomper's the smarter one of the couple.
Oh no.
So wait, what are the other 4 items if we're giving the other 3 items if Cat gets the swashbuckler boots and Dino and Chomper get the circlet?
So there's the Minotaur belt, which is +2 to strength, and you ignore difficult terrain when charging, basically, or doing like a bull rush. There's the Hunter's Band, which is +5 to survival, and you are essentially under the effects of the Tireless Pursuit spell, which I'll explain what that does. Tireless Pursuit is a ranger spell. You harden your body against the stresses of long travel. You have the damage caused by hustling and forced marching, which that's only comes into play if you are, I think, exhausted, I believe. For the duration of the spell, you ignore any fatigue caused by such travel. Once the spell ends, if you still have any non-lethal damage caused by the hustling or the forced march, you just become fatigued, or if you're already fatigued, you become exhausted. So really, you just ignore the pain that comes from traveling at a like a breakneck pace on foot for a while.
Okay.
Really, as long as you wear the belt or the headband, rather. Sorry.
And then the last thing is the 2 bracelets that need to be worn together. That give the buff.
Yeah,
to
that's the bluff or
bluff.
stealth bracelets, yes. And those gain additional properties when you hit 6th level and 8th level.
See, I was thinking that would be helpful for me because with my new gun, I would have to be at a distance, and sneaking would be helpful. And I don't have sneak as a trait that's checked.
Yeah, stealth isn't
Well,
a class
stealth, I
skill
mean.
for you. I mean, I wouldn't expect it to be because you're shooting guns, but again, you know, you guys are free to figure this out however you like.
I don't know what would benefit me.
So if we're doing Dino gets the circlet, Cat gets the boots.
I'm literally up for whoever wants whatever. I have.
Dream, what do you want?
I don't know. I passed out.
Damn it.
There's a headband that gives you bonuses to survival and you don't get exhausted after travel. And there's a belt that gives you a +2 to strength.
And then there's
And something to do with bull
bracelets.
rushing.
And then there's bracelets that give you a bonus to bluff and to sneak or stealth.
Once per day for those. It's
Once-
not.
Yeah, once.
Yeah, that's the only item of the 3 that's not like always on bonus. Whereas the headband and the belt are.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna get off. I'm like passing out here.
Pick a fucking item first.
Oh, what item?
The
there-
thing that we just listed.
I mean, it might.
Something that gives you a bonus to survival or something that gives you bonuses to strength.
Or the stealth or bluff once per day thing. I mean, if you want to make this easier, you know, I could always just have Ursula and Cade pick, and you know, Dream gets whatever's left. But I don't feel a little shitty doing that.
I'll take the bluff thing.
I won't. Does that benefit Dream in any way?
He's a better liar. He's stealthier than he was before.
I mean, am I gonna make you guys roll for it? Like, Dream has a +7 to bluff, and
I also have a +7 to bluff, but what's
Only
his
a-
stealth?
only +1 because it's not a class. He has 2 ranks in it, but it's not a class skill, and he's got like an armor check penalty. So right now it's only a +1.
What without the armor check penalty? What would it be?
Let's see. +5.
Yeah, no. I'm actually lower.
Well, if you both want it, let's do it the old-fashioned way. Roll a d20.
Okay, well he's asleep, so you might as well roll it for him.
All right.
Knowing the how
8.
yeah. What?
Oh.
What?
All right.
Well,
that settles
that
that.
settles it. The dice gods have
The
decided.
dice gods have spoken. So we've got.
Kate, us over at Ursula and Ava.
Digit.
You can have whatever else you want.
All right. So
I'll pick last.
just for the sake of getting this done, so Rob can go to sleep. So the remaining 2 items: headband that gives you a +5 to survival, that's always on, and you are less subjected to the effects of traveling for longer periods of time than you normally would be able to. Or the other item is a constant +2 to strength, and you ignore difficult terrain while you're charging.
I think the survival thing would help Cade, but it's whatever Cade wants.
I'd kind of pictured
Yeah.
Dream going for the strength thing anyway, since he just got his new weapon, but
Yeah, that would benefit him the most.
All right, I'll switch.
all right, so Dream takes the Minotaur belt then.
I'm not gonna say anything.
So that means Cade gets plus survival.
Yeah, Cade gets the
Not sure what it does for her other than fishing. I'm not gonna lie.
It's gonna help with fishing, and it's gonna help with not dying when other things happen. I'm gonna assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
and it gives you an extra person to help like track stuff, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hope
I
so.
am-
Always rely on
it should be a
Chopper's
good tracker.
nose.
All right, so with that all done, let's see, Rob's dipping off, so
Yeah, good night, guys.
I'll leave it up to
Night.
the rest of you. If you wanna keep going and do the treasure chest before we end, we can do that. Otherwise, we can just call it here. It's not going to be like super long. I'm just.
Treasure.
That's
I
the
mean,
only.
if you guys really want to do it, we can. But I would prefer to have my sheet done so I can use my gun.
All right, yeah, I can. I'll throw all that in right now. I'll fix it. I'll fix it up quick. And yeah. So you guys at the bar, you sort through these items. You claim what you want. Ameko sort
Cat
of.
puts on her fancy new boots.
Yeah, Ameko sort of makes you guys like a little bit of an early dinner.
So you can see it again. I'm just adding it into my
I'm not sure how useful it is for Trump to be able to talk, but I just find that amazing.
I'm gonna
My
get 15
my
now.
long childhood friend that's kept me alive for all these years is now I'm fully able to talk to.
I'm gonna leave the blunderbuss in my room and sell it later.
Okay.
Honestly, I think that's pretty cool too. Actually, I'm excited to see that roleplay.
Let me know when you're done.
I know, but on
messing
the
with your
hand,
inventory.
Do the bullets, the blunderbuss fit into the rifle, or would I have to craft new bullets?
I mean, a blunderbuss is like a pretty
So-
wide barrel for a handgun. Yeah, I'd say you're probably okay.
All right.
just out of curiosity, how high
If
is
not,
Dream
later down the line,
strength?
I need to craft up. We could just do that. So.
With the belt, it's now a 16.
And yet his spear has a +6 to hit already, so he can almost hit just as accurately as I can.
Yeah, just about.
Damn.
All right, let me add this to this thing too.
I'm gonna give my
belts.
fun powder and the red hive powder to Dream, because he'd probably have more fun with it.
How does enchantment weapons work? Because enchantment's a +1, so does that mean the weapon's magical, or
Well, yeah, that would make the weapon magical.
something else gets a +1?
Enchanting a weapon makes it magical in nature, like for the purposes of like bypassing damage resistance and things like that.
Nice.
Your weapon wouldn't be done yet, so if you want, I can fast forward a little bit further, and then you go to the treasure map. But
Yeah, we could do that. I'm giving the fun powder and the red hive powder to Dream if he wants them. If not, they're just gonna be thrown out.
all right, that's fine.
I have no use for them since I don't have a pistol no more. I'm assuming the nettlewood logs and the bronze ingots are gone from my inventory as well.
Yeah, those are gone. They all went into the gun. All right, so
I'm at a medium load.
Is it a +1 to hit and to damage?
yeah, which the +1 to hit should already be in there from it being masterwork, but yeah, the damage should also get a +1. And then you would just change the crit range
Alright,
from
I'm done.
18. It just where it says 18, just make that a 15.
Oh yes. Worth it.
All right, so for the purposes of making sure that Dino gets his weapon before you set out, I'm gonna fast forward a few more days.
That's fine. But I'm done with my editing my inventory if you want to put the gun into my...
Yep. So it's now Oath Day. 3 more days have gone by.
So it's Thursday?
Yep.
Hey, it's Thursday, just like on the title.
Right. And also
It all comes full circle.
also means the Sandpoint market is 1 day away from returning.
Oh, we're gonna have a bunch of treasure by then.
I think this is all correct now. Let me see here.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm just editing a couple of things in here. So the damage is going to be 1d12 on the gun because 1d10 is if it was a size for a small creature. The range is going to be 40, and then the misfire is already in there, and the capacity is not part of the damage of the weapon roll, so we'll just keep that in mind. I'll put that in the notes section here. That's in there. Bludgeoning and piercing. Alright, so this should be correct now. Let me roll this. Okay, that was, yep. Roll 5, okay, roll a 2. Alright, that looks all correct, so we're set.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys get up in the morning, you eat your breakfast. Dino heads over to Vorvashali and picks up his weapon. Tests it out, everything looks good. Vorvashali just, confirms for you that the enchantment is correct. And
Excellent. The
sets
Keen Scimitar is complete.
you on your way. So you head out to... I didn't mean to do that. Let me go back into my notes and find where my notes are for the treasure chest stuff. And here we go. All right, so you head out of town and you head towards the Nettlewood Forest.
Can't see. I mean, I can see. I gotta zoom.
Yep. And okay, yeah, I already added tokens on the. Oh, that's the wrong chopper token. Let's fix that. It's the
A
old
lot of
one.
people apparently.
It
play Dungeons and
improved.
Dragons Thursday.
You what? A lot of
Me
people.
or
Oh yeah, yeah.
a lot of people. Yeah.
All right. So as you all get into the forest, I need everybody to make a stealth check.
Gotcha.
Guidance.
For who?
Yes.
The dice gods are not with me today.
Ah,
Can
damn
I-
it, Cat. Why can't you be sneaky?
Out of fear of my party, I'm going to activate my bracelet.
All right. So you're already spending your bracelet for the day. Got it.
Yeah. So, what is it?
Oh.
A plus 2 or plus what?
+4.
Plus 4. Okay. Thank God for that, but I naturally failed anyways. What is wrong with our party? Why can't we sneak?
Chomper, be stealthy, buddy.
Kate, how about you save us
Here you
here?
go, Chomper.
Fuck. The loudest, heaviest beast can fucking sneak, but not us.
Yeah, everyone.
He's an animal. He's used to being stealthy to hunt things.
Everyone woke up on the wrong side of the bed. They're just not feeling up to it today. So.
I'm too excited about my Keen Scimitar that I'm not really feeling. I don't feel the need to be stealthy.
Why am I at... Why do I have... Is it because I'm at a medium load right now?
Yeah, that contributes to an armor check penalty for stealth.
Well, that explains why I'm at a... No, it's not on there. I mean, now it is. It wasn't there when I clicked it, but now it is. I don't understand.
Strange. Okay, so
I would have left this. Oh my god.
Roll 20, gonna roll 20.
so do I have to roll for you then, Cade?
No, I'm good now. I just need to know what I have to roll again.
Oh,
I got
stealth.
frozen.
Yeah, it's stealth. Sorry.
You should have rolled for me.
I mean, would it have made a difference? We're all shit right now.
I actually, you guys are don't.
Haha, I fixed it. Huzzah, I fixed it.
At
Right.
this point in time, when I realize that I'm not stealthy at all, can I hastily put on my disguise kit?
Sure. What do you want to disguise yourself as?
I'm gonna disguise myself as the as Nawalia.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I put you guys on the wrong map initially. You're on the correct one now. So Chomper is the only quiet one of the bunch, and he
Which is still.
The giant dinosaur is the only one that's quiet out of all of us. It's the most hysterical thing.
He
I've
has
seen.
feet specifically designed to be stealthy.
he sort of
Fine.
shuffles around the forest, sort of looking back at all of you, wondering why you're all making so much noise. As
There's a
you
lot of foliage on the ground.
yeah, as you look around, there doesn't really seem to be anything immediate that's threatening. No real signs of much wildlife around here. You do know that this is I said the wrong name of the forest initially. This is the Tickwood Forest. This one is sort of known for the huge. It's named for the huge ticks that live here, but also.
Oh, fuck that.
But also, it's also known as a good spot for boar hunting, as you remember that Aldern Foxglove tried to get you to come here to hunt with him. So that's one thing to maybe keep a lookout for. As far as navigating the forest, what we're going to do is I'm going to have whoever wants to make a survival check can do so. Urslan, you have to make a survival check, and you get a bit of a bonus because you have the map with you.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna say I have that +5 with the band that I did not put in my stuff yet, so we're just gonna remember that.
Yeah, just throw that under like miscellaneous something, or yeah, whatever.
I'll
do
do
that
it.
then.
Good job, Kate. I've taught you well.
Well,
Okay.
add 5 to that because I rolled
And
that
Chopper
before you
keep
said that.
his like scent, like just for him to be aware of anything's close by.
Sure. Chomper. Have you've put the circlet on Chomper already, or?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Chomper turns around and after sniffing around looks at you and just says clear.
Excellent. Thank you, buddy.
Wait, is it a raspy voice? Is it like you gotta give me more details?
Yeah,
How
it's
does it sound?
pretty like guttural. Like it's like a low, like sort of like a menacing
Clear.
like a menacing voice. But not like, not intending to harm any of you, just it's T-Rex.
Yeah.
It's a T-Rex. It's natural.
It's what you would imagine like an apex predator would sound like if it could speak.
Okay.
All right, as you've all heard, we are in the clear.
With that survival check, Urslan, you sort of look at the map and you point ahead in this direction over here, and Cade sees it too. Although you know why it's the right way with the map. In Undercommon,
Forgot the shovel.
I mean, we can say you would have remembered the shovel because you knew you were coming here, so don't worry about it.
No, I wanted that to be a thing.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Well, all right then.
As I points it out, I'm like thinking, and I drop my arms to my side, and I go, "Fuck! Forgot the shovel."
Cade looks back and goes, "And for once, I didn't pack rat everything."
We'll just use Chomper's feet.
I don't know. Chomper, are you good at digging, buddy?
Chomper thinks for a moment and says, "I can try."
I was just imagining him looking down at his hands and then saying that.
Yeah, that's basically what he did. Like he's sort of like coming to terms with this whole like, being very like outwardly sentient thing. And
yeah, it's like this is new.
yeah. So translating the undercommon on the map, Urslan, you know that the first direction says find the skylight and then go deeper into the forest. And you see that this sort of like bridge formation around here sort of kind of creates a skylight situation for the ground that's under it. And so you know that that's the correct way.
Boy, I don't don't see a skylight. I see mud. Let's go this way. How is that a skylight?
Like if you were within this this area, because this is like a drop here. So if you were within this area,
if I were here, it creates a skylight. Oh, okay.
yeah,
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like shape. I was like, it just looks like a pentagon, sort of.
So I'm following.
sort of.
I
Um,
followed up. Being like,
Question is,
wait.
do I go on the north or the south side?
You know that the correct direction as far as getting in deeper into the forest is southeast.
No, I meant like, do I pick this one or this one?
It's sort of like going this way, like trailing off this way.
Cade's again yelling for Ursula to wait up for us.
I'm just gonna group the tokens so I can copy paste them easily.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying in character. Cade just went running after Ursula and being like, wait!
So you now find yourself in the next section of the forest, which is...
It's dark.
Yeah, I know. I haven't dropped your tokens yet. So you proceed...
If you give me the clue, I want to see if I can actually figure it out.
You find that there's a little bit less foliage and cover here, but you are proceeding along sort of a river here. Looking at the map again, the instructions tell you to look for the pointed stone beneath a lone tree.
Can I not cross the river? Is this like a huge river, or is this like...
No, it's about as wide as shown. It's only a few feet across.
Do you tell the rest of us that that's what the map says, or are you just...
Yeah, I
going
do.
off? Okay.
I do. But I'm pretty sure it's
Either
that.
way, it was an Ursuline kind of thing.
I mean, it's a pointed rock under a tree, but these all look soft to me as a human looking at my computer.
Looking at the map again, you notice that there are more instructions beyond this one. So you figure that this isn't like the final resting place of the chest. For those of you who are looking for this stone without holding the map or knowing...
Yeah, I just give them basic instructions of pointy rock underneath tree.
Okay, those of you trying to find it, make a survival check.
Should I also make it?
Yes.
Okay. Oh well, I don't see it. I think it's this one, but they all look soft on this map.
Okay. Cade looks around and finds that this stone over here is a bit larger than the rest, and it is indeed pointed, and this is the only tree that is sort of in its little space over here. So Cade assumes that this is the correct one. Dino catches on as well and notices the same thing.
I look at them and I'd be like, all rocks look the same. Let's go. I'm supposed to follow
If you were
the
to say that to a rock elemental, it would be pissed.
Well, good thing there's no rock elemental here.
Kat secretly agrees with Ursula, but knows better than to say anything. And she's more annoyed, and honestly, she's more annoyed that she didn't notice where this thing was.
Cade's very proud of themselves and is like, all like puffed out, and just is like, hey, this one. Found it. Found the rock. It's under
See that,
this
Cade?
tree.
This is the
It's
type of
pointy.
wisdom fishing will give you.
What?
Cade just looks at Dino in awe and just says, I understand now.
No,
Completely
Cade.
not
No,
actually
Cade. No. Fishing and rocks, two different things.
Are they? Are they really?
Yes! I don't know, are
Cade
guns
was
and
the head back
dinosaurs
and
the
forth
same thing? I
between
say to him.
Dino and Ursula.
I mean, some ways different, some ways the same.
I look at Dino and I just roll my eyes and I continue walking in the direction that we're supposed to walk.
So you follow the path this way. Right.
Oh, I see it this way or that way. Oh, there we go. Oh my. It's a right there. I love how I can't see over the trees.
These
The
are very
dynamic lighting.
tall.
Yeah, I mean, but like it's blocking the entire. Like I could see through the trunk. The trunk only obstructs my view a little bit. It's not like these trees are that
These are
thick.
big chungus trees, alright? They work differently.
Like if I just stand here, I can't see anything in this. Hold on. In this area. That's how that dynamic lighting works. I can't see this just by standing on this tree right here.
Yeah, because it's blocking your vision. It's in your line of sight.
Oh, how tall is it when I'm down here?
I mean,
Whatever.
yeah. Look, this is a map that I just threw together a while back with the dynamic lighting and all. So I'm sorry if it's not like precise.
No, I was nitpicking.
So, you looking at the
Keep
map
your
again.
nostrils open, Chopper.
Looking at the map again, there's a final hint that says, in an alcove beneath the central structure.
You're gonna have to read that again.
It says, in an alcove beneath the central structure.
Okay, thank you. You cut out, that's why I couldn't hear you.
Sorry.
Yeah, it cut out for
good
me
thing
too, but I
it is.
heard you. The outclose and this yesterday. Do you tell us again, Ursula?
Yeah. The first time I read it, I quite didn't really read it out loud, so you just heard an alcove. And then once I read it again, you hear an alcove beneath the central structure.
Oh, come along, everyone. We can't all be separated like last time.
So where you stand now
No,
is
we'll
sort
get
of like a raised area as you made a short climb up to it. This looks to be some sort of a well here in the middle.
And then what does this look to be like? Is this like walls, or is this like a low wall building?
Here it looks like there was some sort of building here, but it's gone.
I mean, a central structure could either be the well or that building.
I mean, I think it means
Oh.
under the building.
Wait, I think it's right here, and I step in the doorway.
Okay. You step in the doorway. You don't see anything.
No, I mean, is it like in the ground? Can we have Chomper start digging right here?
If you want him to, sure.
I asked Dino very nicely if Chomper can dig right here.
If you're sure that's the place, Chopper,
I mean,
you
it
don't
doesn't
mind
hurt.
digging, do
What
you?
is it gonna do?
Dream's just gonna look around while this is happening.
I mean,
Yeah.
I could look around too.
I know, but you're busy with that, so I figure I give the character that I have to pilot something to do. Okay, so Chomper starts digging. It's kind of hard to get through the dirt here, given that something once stood here. There's sort of a bit of a foundation to get through, and Chomper's not really able to dig too deeply here.
I have an idea. I have to check my spells to see if it will work.
I just wanna... Seeing Chomper struggling to dig up the obviously compacted dirt from footfall, I'm just gonna, like, say, okay, that's probably not it. And then instead, I'm gonna look at
Well, that's true. They have to be able to bury it.
Well, yeah, but that's, like, severely compacted, because Chomper can't even dig down a little bit. Oh, I suck at looking at things.
Yeah.
I was trying to see if in this wall there was, like, a little indent that I could tell from the remaining structure.
Nothing stands out
Alright.
to you.
Alright, let me
I'm
give it a
gonna
whack.
see if I can
Guidance!
discern anything.
Oh my, fuck you, Dino.
Yes!
Wow,
I
never
explained,
mind.
I explained to Dino what I'm looking for and the struggling of like not seeing it, and then Dino just like, oh yeah, it's right here. If it is there.
Oh yeah.
Dino looks around, and the walls in here still seem pretty structurally sound. Like what's left of them, at least.
I was trying to see if there was once like an area where there was like an indent.
Yeah, there actually isn't. It's pretty smooth all the way around. This doesn't seem to be
So-
where the chest is located.
Alright. Relations! I don't think it's there.
Yeah. I was trying to move here by the well, and I ended up over there for some fucking reason. But it's because I jerked my mouse way too much.
Hey, Dream! Get over
phrasing.
here, would ya?
Bonk. Yeah, Dream comes over with Babu.
Cat's gonna follow
Wait,
them because
Is this
she has nothing
entire
better to do.
thing? Is this like entire thing the building?
No, just this area was the. No.
And what is this wall that I just like? I see like a wall.
Well, you don't know don't know exactly what the map is referring to by central structure.
Well, no, I know that. I'm just saying like, what I can see. Is this like the same as this building here? Like this material.
Yes, same materials. Same materials. It looks like it looks as if that whoever once lived here or sort of set up camp here put up like or tried to put up a small smaller sort of like wall around like what was a larger structure.
I hand the map to Kate and I say, "Hey, can you figure this out? I'm tired."
As I'm doing that, ask Babu to go into the well and see if there's anything there other than just water.
So
Okay.
Kate's gonna take a crack at seeing if they can discern any more information from their map.
All right. Babu flies down into the well. Cade, you do not speak Undercommon, so it sort of just looks like a bunch of mumbo jumbo to you.
Oh, I'll read it to her if she wants me to.
Oh yeah, so Babu doesn't see shit. He flies back up and just sort of shakes his head, indicating that he didn't find anything.
Damn it.
So yeah, Cade with the with Ursulin having translated for you. What specifically do you want to do with that knowledge?
I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna move. Okay. So if it's not the well, I'm gonna go into.
As Cade's doing that, I was like, we already did that.
Yeah, I just go.
Okay,
Oh,
unless you think
okay.
it's there.
And goes. Wait, it's right outside the central structure. They said.
In an alcove beneath the central structure. Wait. I have an idea. It's a stupid idea.
Or here. Kate says.
Reading it out loud to Kate again, I look back at the well and be like, I'm gonna hop in the well real quick.
Hold on now. I hand her a piece of the rope. I bust up my rope. I give her one, and I hold on to the other end.
Yeah, I offer to assist with that.
Okay.
Hey,
I mean, I
Dream,
have
you got a
like this.
belt of strength. Get over here.
Yeah, he moves over to help, and he tells Babu to just like fly around and try to look for anything resembling treasure. So Babu is kind of just gonna circle around while this is going on.
Just going into the well.
All right, so they lower you down into the well. It's pretty deep. It's probably like 30 feet. You get to the bottom, and there is an amount of like standing water that goes probably about up to your waist.
Ugh.
Yeah, the water is not great.
I would have left my gun up top so I didn't ruin the gunpowder and stuff inside of it.
Right. Yeah. There. Go ahead and make a perception check.
I will try.
It's kind of dark down here, but
Oh, sorry.
meanwhile,
I didn't know. Never
Babu,
mind.
while flying overhead, is gonna.
Oh. There you go.
Push my glasses up.
See
nerd
that?
style.
That's the
I
power
rolled
of
a nat
fishing.
20.
All right. So
Please say something down here as I was reading it out loud. Okay, as I was reading it out loud to Allie, I was like, wait, it's in the well.
you find a few random coins, but no treasure chest.
Is it under the water? Is there an alcove down here?
No. It's just a well.
So
you
Kate's
find
gonna walk out of this structure.
you find a total of 12 gold pieces.
I yell up and I say, I found gold, but not a lot.
Is it
I
a
don't know what it's
chest?
doing in the well. Maybe this is a wishing well, I say.
It's a possibility.
I mean, the water is also up to my waist. It's kind of hard to find a chest.
All right, so Kate, if you're doing a whole lap around, go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah, Kate is going and doing a whole lap around.
Babu is just like flying around like this.
So this is Kate's checking all the crevices. So like here,
He takes
here, here.
right. Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god, Babu is long boy.
Babu's gotten long.
Long boy.
As he flies around, he sees Cade get to about there, and Babu sort of starts pointing down in front of where Cade is standing. Cade, you don't see it at first, but Babu sort of just like lands right about here. And as you look down, at that point, you do see what Babu is looking at, and there is in fact the chest.
Boom! I just yelled.
Why is there
"Time!"
gold in a well? Ursula is yelling up top.
Yeah,
I don't understand. Pull me out.
I'm yelling.
All right,
at
with me and
guys.
Dream, we pull Urslin out.
Guys, I found it.
Bolts over.
So I also
With-
heard
with
you
my
shouting
wet
about
ass.
gold
And I
in the
get
well.
my rope. I put it away and I go join them.
I heard you shouting about the well, and I gotta say, people throw coins to make wishes.
That's a stupid waste of money. Wishes
I
don't come
agree.
true.
Wishes do come true, just not from wells. Kate says gruffly.
Okay. So now with the treasure chest located,
Boom. Kate's gonna try to break it open.
Please. Can we inspect it to see if it needs to be broken open?
Kat's gonna see if she could, well, first of all, Kat's gonna check the lock.
it's locked.
I mean, I can just disable the
No,
device.
she's gonna check the type of lock.
As
see
you're
if she
doing
can
that, I
get-
cast Produce Flame on the chest.
Please don't. Please be joking.
the
Yeah,
lock.
I don't even have it prepared.
The lock is the lock on the chest. The lock looks as if the chest has been sitting here for a long time, but the lock itself doesn't appear to be disturbed really at all. So it has its structural integrity still.
Okay, can I try to unlock the lock?
Yeah, as long as you have at least one rank in disabled device, you can do that.
Okay, I just couldn't remember what the thing was.
I told you.
I do not.
I can. I am the only party member that can disable.
Guidance!
I am the only party member that can undo locks.
I didn't even see what you rolled.
She doesn't have a rank in it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was like, where's the rule?
Me.
I thought it was
What
roll
do I
20
roll?
just being stupid again.
No, I did not rank disabled device for some reason.
That's right.
Imagine a pirate that
I'm
can't
also
open
trained
locks.
in it. I come from Riddleport. We have to undo locks to survive.
Well, considering I was the first person who said anything and I was the first time I found it, this is Cade trying to smash the box open.
All right,
Well, you
so
also have a -2. How do you have a -2 in it? And are you trained in it?
No, I
Or
just
rank
have
in it, I mean?
I have a rank in it, yes, but I have a deficit. But this is like I said, Cade found it when I found it, bonk.
the reason why it's a negative is because it's a dex skill, and dex skills are subject to armor check penalties.
And I am fucked up with my
I don't really understand why disabled device is one of those, but I guess the way the sheet is coded, it just does it that way.
It
And
makes sense,
I
'cause
guess
you
the
have to
game rules are
be-
written that way too.
I
Also,
mean,
it's
if you're
very like
overbearing,
small, particular
really
movement, so if
manage
you're in like a big armor.
Yeah. Okay, so Cade takes a crack at the lock first. Can't quite get it open.
while she's fiddling with it, Erzlin's arms are crossed and she's like tapping on her arm and she's waiting.
Yeah, once
Cade sighs and steps back,
Yeah,
not saying a word.
once Cade moves aside, Erzlin gets to work, and she is able to open the chest. This chest contains one, two...
Thought it was gonna be a mimic.
No, it's not a mimic. This chest contains 4 items.
Ooh.
There is a scroll case. There is a silver and pearl brooch that has a picture in it. A picture of a man. A ring. And some gold.
How much gold?
Counting it out over a couple minutes, probably 450 gold.
I'll add the 12 onto that. I mean, it's only fair to share it. They did lower me in.
All right, so 450
If-
divided
if
by
no,
5.
add the 12. So
Well,
it's
yeah, I mean,
462.
Yeah, so it's like 92 with some change.
The change always goes to Cade.
492 divided by 5.
So 92 gold apiece, and there's 2 coins left over.
You just give the 2 to Cade, I guess, because why not?
Only fair.
Hey.
Sure. So Cade gets
How much am I
94.
getting?
94. Everybody else gets 92. So yeah, scroll
Can we
case.
do detect magic on the stuff?
Yeah, Dream will do that. Dream uses his detect magic. There's a hit on the ring. And the ring contains abjuration magic.
I
What
shall
is
give it
abjuration
a
magic?
old spellcraft. I think it's stuff.
What did he just say?
I don't know. It's,
Shield stuff. Like guarding.
yeah. Abjuration magic is defensive magic.
Okay, what does it do
Guns.
exactly, Dream?
With this 20, I should know.
Yeah, you do know. I mean, Dream's... I'm going to roll for Dream anyway, just because he would want to figure it out too, but yeah, that's... Okay, yeah. Dino figures it out first. This is a Ring of Protection. +2.
To what?
This is a deflection bonus to AC.
Deflection bonus to AC. Okay, so we got scrolls. A ring that gives you a +2 to AC.
When you
One thing of note,
is it just
one thing of note, the scroll case did not have any hits for magic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does it have a scroll in it? Can we like see that or no?
The scroll case is made of ivory. You can't see through it, but
Can I open it?
if there is something in there, it's not magical. Sure, you can open it.
Cool, I'm opening it.
Okay.
Do I need to do something to open?
No, you just twist one of the ends and it comes off and you open it.
What's inside?
This is a very interesting item. This is actually, you look it over and it appears to be a legal document. As you read it fully, you realize that this is a deed to a building.
It's an inn.
No, it's not an inn. It is the deed to a mill that is owned by one of the four founding families of Sandpoint, the Scarnettis.
Well, fuck.
What kind of like? Okay, you say a mill. Is it just like the big tower with the thing, and it grinds flour? Is it just that, or does it come with a house?
This is let me find it in the notes here. This is a it's a flour and grain mill. Cade would know this just from being from Sandpoint. This let me look at the Sandpoint map so I can see if there's an actual like house attached to it. It does look like there's a small house attached to it on the map.
Where on the map is it?
It is number 32. It's along the river that runs by the eastern part of town.
Okay.
It's not far from the Rusty Dragon and Daverin's stables. It's actually just down River Street. It's a short walk away. But yes, the deed to this mill is what's in the scroll case.
Well,
that's
that's fucking
could probably
awesome.
move into this place. I mean, now that we have the deed, we basically have ownership to it. I think that's how that works, right?
In addition, for those who were inspecting the ring, there is an inscription on the ring. It just says Azana, like a name Azana, and it says "My love" on it. And Ursuline, for you inspecting the deed, actually, never mind. That bit of info isn't on there.
Okay, do you know who Hazana is?
I feel like Cade would know.
Cade's gonna see if I can recall.
Okay.
Probably recall.
Local
local
knowledge.
Nerds!
Knowledge local.
Hey, I
Okay.
would say I recall pretty well.
You know the name Azana as she was an ancestor of the current head of the Scarnetti family, Titus.
Are they like? Do I know if they're more reputable family, or are they more like the underground? Because I know more of the underground kind of people.
They are not known as one of the more reputable of the four families that founded Sandpoint. Amid the others being Ameko's family, the Kaijitsus, the Valdemars, which is where you went to their manor to rescue the kid, and the fourth family is, I have to get the name, but I mean, hey, at least I remembered 3 out of the 4. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's better than it's very good actually.
Oh, the fourth is the mayor's manor, the Deverin manor. Her family is one of the founding families as well.
So at this point, I kind of paddle that all off to everyone, and I'm like, but these guys, I don't know if they're gonna like that we have this.
They're not using it.
They might be being stashed in the treasure chest for a reason.
Well, assuming
Well, I mean,
I'm assuming she told us the information about Titus and
Yeah.
Xena and the relationship.
yeah, and Cade would also know that the Scarnetti mill is still very much operational.
And what does this mean, having the deed to a building that's operation?
You can make some money.
Cade kind of just shrugs and says, then we have a home base, technically.
Mm.
We kind of 50-50 on it. On one hand, we have it ready, but on the other hand, if we own that place, we can do whatever we want, as well as keep stuff there that we couldn't otherwise have.
I
Cade
guess
shrugs
it's a
and
talk to
says,
have with family.
we should probably have this stuff in a secure location and stash it away before they know we have it, and maybe get some more information on them that we can use to leverage against them if we need so. Because the mill's been in operation, and I'm pretty sure they assume that their family owns it. So yeah, in the courts we have the deed, but the court of public opinion, that's a different story.
Fair enough. But we got a deed, we got a brooch, we got a +2 to
No, not
AC,
+2 to AC.
that's a ton of gold.
+2 to deflect.
Well, no, it
Plus
is to
two.
your AC, but there are different types of bonuses, and deflection is one of them. Like, there's a deflection bonus, a dodge bonus, a natural bonus. Like, you get all these bonuses. This is just a deflection bonus.
What's a deflect do?
I think it's just meant for like flavor purposes. Like, you know, like the ring. You know, you like reach up to like block an attack. Let's say, like, I guess that's what it means.
Oh,
That's.
that'd be cool.
But like the bonus is always on. It's just like splitting it up into a bunch of different
Can I
types
get an
allows you.
always on bonus?
What?
As I was saying to the party, can I get an always on bonus?
I'm like, what?
I'm asking if I could have the ring.
I'm not too against that, Ursuline, because you do get hit just as often as I do, but the only reason why I might want it is because I'm usually...
Yeah, you cut out there.
I think he was arguing like that because he's the front line. At least that's what I was gathering.
saying that I'm not like totally against her having it, but the thing is, like, because, you know, I do know that she gets hit pretty often, but I'm the one that's usually in the front line, so it would help
but the
everyone.
amount of times I've gotten almost killed compared to the times that you've gotten successfully hit is astronomically different. Yes, I may have a high AC for what I am, but that's just because I'm a gunslinger. I still get hit so many more times than you. Especially from ranged attacks and melee attacks. Especially from melee attacks.
This is something to consider.
You can just hear him leaning back in his chair.
I mean, that would have
What
been me
was
if
the
I
other
was
item? There was the
using
scroll,
my chair
the
that's
ring,
on wheels.
brooch.
Yeah,
What was the last thing?
the brooch is just like a sentimental item.
You'd probably give that to the guy for some coin, or keep it so we could talk to the
yeah, it's the
Spaghetti
gold,
family?
the gold, the deed, the ring, and the brooch. Yeah, that's the four items.
Oh, okay. Well, technically, there's not 4 items. There's like 454 items.
All right, you.
Just for that, I get the ring.
No, I was joking at the end.
I'm joking.
Jesus.
Well, again, you do make a decent point, but the thing is, you can fight at range, so you don't always have to be in front of the enemy, versus me, where I have to sit right in front of the enemy.
I mean, again, most of the times that I've gotten hit was because I walk into the rooms, Mr. I like to stay back until there's a fight. The amount of times I've gotten hit was because I walked into a door, and I was like, yeah, I can take it, and then
You have a phobia of doors, so boom, problem solved.
Oh, no, boom, I don't think I do. I'm just debating whether or not I have a phobia of doors. I don't want Pharasma to kill me.
You are. It's true.
Dream
You know,
hears
time out,
that.
time out. I just realized something.
Dream hears that. He's like,
If I use
I don't think
my,
she would kill you.
if two things. One, if I use my animal form, I don't get any benefits from my equipment, do I?
I remember we looked this up. Let me try to find it again.
Sorry, this stuff's kind of hard to keep track of.
No, I know. I have a hard enough time doing it myself too. All right, look up the B-shaped spell because that's what it's based on. And of course, this is nothing about equipment. So let's see here. Pathfinder. Google search here. Google's my friend. Pathfinder, wild shape, equipment. When you cast polymorph, alright, it's considered a polymorph, so when you cast a polymorph type spell that changes you into a creature of the animal, dragon, elemental, magical beast, plant, or vermin type, all of your gear melds into your body. Items that provide constant bonuses and do not need to be activated continue to function while melded in this way. Items that require activation cannot be used while you maintain that form. While in such a form, you cannot cast any spells that require material components unless you have issue materials or natural spell feat, and you can only cast spells with somatic or verbal components if the form you choose has the capability to make such movements or speak, such as a dragon. So the gear sort of comes with you, and any effects that are always on stay on.
Alright. I'm gonna think about it. I have a couple ways of giving myself extra AC. Well, Urslan does not. So I will say because of that, I will give her the ring. Next time we get something that affects AC, I'll get it.
Yeah, you can get it.
All right.
Cool.
So with that, Urslan
Urslan and Dino having a polite discussion.
claims the ring.
Do the fantasy victory theme. Yes.
All right. With that settled, I think this is a good place to call it for the night. Can I just assume that you guys head back to town, or are you interested in doing something else?
Yeah, I'd say head back to town.
All right, so you head back to town. We'll pick up from you guys being either back at the tavern or somewhere else in town, wherever we decide.
That's after we all become bears. We go get honey.
Yes. So, for the viewers at home, next week we will not be playing Pathfinder. I am going to be jumping to the other side of the screen and acting as a player as our wonderful sorcerer played by Kim. Kim is going to be running a honey heist for us. So make sure you tune in next Thursday, and you won't want to miss that.
It'll be my first time DMing, so
Yes.
if nothing else, it'll be entertaining.
Yes, you get to watch. You can watch Kim check that one off the bucket list as she gets her DM cherry popped, and with that,
That sounds a lot dirtier than I thought it would be.
I mean, this has been a very dirty session, so I'm
Fair.
you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I
climax, whatever. Romance
yeah, climax
stuff.
without a conscience, bonk horny jail. We follow through all the way to the end here on this show.
That's what matters.
That's right. We make sure everybody finishes and feels satisfied. All right.
God.
So with
I
that,
hope you regret saying that.
you what?
Sponsored by
I
Lord.
said I hope you feel regret after saying that.
I don't at all.
No regrets.
Sponsored
like,
by
This
you
is the
should-
humor you'll get on the Chomper
I
Show.
You should know by now that I essentially have no shame. So honey heist next week. Honey Ice next week, and then the following week we are doing one more downtime session where I am planning for there to be some sort of like bar game / like gambling session, basically, as well as taking care of any other unfinished business that there is. And then the week after that, which would be our first session in May, that should be May 6th, I believe. That is when we will move along with the next major story arc of the campaign. So that's our roadmap for the next few weeks. We hope that you, the viewer at home, will be here for all of it, as always. And with that, I'd like to wish all of you a good night, a good weekend. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next Thursday.